Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's the F4 division, coming to you live for the Russian Grand Prix. We are we're on time with the stream, but these guys aren't ready yet. But we are advised to be starting at 8 o'clock on the dot, because that's the rules and that's the way we're going. But I'm RSF1 Brundle, and I'm graced with the presence. It's been a while actually since the last time we've been together. It has been a while. I've missed you. But it's Element Snow. So good evening, Mr. Snow.
Hello, how are you, Bundle?
I am very, very excited. Very, very good. Obviously, in the Discord chat that we have, there's been a competition. Say a competition about which tier is the best.
Yep.
And they've been going by penalty points. I technically think this tier is the best because it's the closest in both championships. There's loads of drama, and if you're in a party with these guys before a race, it is so much fun, so much laughable. It's absolutely brilliant. And wouldn't you agree, Element? I mean, have you seen these races the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I think they're very good. Very close. At the top as well, aren't they? They're very close at the top. So yeah, very good. But for me, it would have to be F3, the best league.
That's only because you're driving it.
Yeah, that is because exactly
Yeah.
right. Couldn't be more right. F3 Thursdays Elements No on there. Thank you.
You're a bit of a plug there. Oh.
A bit. Biggest plug of your life. But here we go. Qualifying one of the Russian Grand Prix. What are your thoughts going into this, Brundle?
Depends whether it's dry or wet. Many people have done the rain dance coming into this. Naughty people. How dare they do such a thing? It's not as if I do one. I do one every week. Yes, it does, I think, depend on the weather, because Russian Grand Prix can provide a bit of moisture.
Please. Oh my god.
What, moisture? There's nothing wrong with the word moisture.
It's just the way you said it. Oh my god.
Oh, I called it. Oh
my god.
Oh, goodness me. It's full wet as
Are
well.
you kidding me? Oh, I can't believe it. I
can't believe I called that. That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. Well, that changes quite a few things. Many people's rain dance actually worked. Anyway, are we loading? I'm in. I don't see people's names. There we go. Full wet race. That's full wet tires. Full wet tires. It's not race yet. Wow, okay. This will be very, very interesting, because full wets around here really changes the track. Goes from a flowing track to... we'll talk about the track later, Snow, but first question I need to ask you, personally, is why haven't you changed your name yet? Why haven't you changed your gamer tag? Because people are doing that now. To anything. People are changing it to anything.
Because I'm keeping strong with my gamer tag. I've had this gamer tag since I was in PS3, so I gotta keep it going. I can't just change it for anything. I was thinking about changing it to Alonso, but of course some nugget took it, so I can't do it anymore.
Nugget?
Yeah, nugget. I can't call him kid because he gets really angry at me if I call him a kid.
Oh yeah, good point. Yes, so we need to clear the air with that. So RSF1 Alonso used to be Hell King Tomo or King Tomo Essex or whatever it was. He keeps on changing it. That is Hell King Tomo. What we're on the board now. He's called himself Alonso. I don't know why it's Alonso. It should have been Cartakayan or Maldonado or Chandok or something. Alonso? Really? I don't see it personally. I mean, I get Raikkonen. Raikkonen is a good one. Spiral.
His birthday too, isn't it?
Also, yes. You beat me to it. What did you say that?
I was thinking about 5 minutes. I got you. Yes, it's birthday
Oh,
tour.
I had it all
Yes.
lined up and organised. Honestly, these people just come in, they just ruin my show. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yes, RSF1 rank, and then Spiral Acer Facer, it is his birthday today. So happy birthday to him. Hopefully he has a good race tonight. Hopefully everyone has a good race tonight. We're not biased, of course, but when it's people's birthdays, yeah, have a good race. He is 75 apparently. That's quite old. No, I'm not going to embarrass him. I'm not going to embarrass him. I actually do know what. It's not 75. It's not 75. It's a few years younger than that. But
Brundle, I
yes.
heard that. I haven't got the sound glitch again, but I heard you're gonna sing a song for Spiral or
I
Rockman.
did not agree to this at all. I did not. No, it was mentioned about 5 minutes ago. I did not agree to this.
Do it, please.
Fine.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I actually don't remember the rest of the words.
Oh, come on,
so
there
long.
you go. Happy birthday, Racken, and happy birthday to you. There you go, got it.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He knows what
Flavin
he's doing.
says it's going to be a dry race, Bundle. So,
Yeah, Unity, the cringe. As I said, I didn't agree to this. Yeah, dry race, so that would make it interesting.
what do you think? Blaze has actually gone out on the intermediates. You think it's intermediate weather?
No, not at all. I can't hear the... Yeah, I got the sound glitch as well. And that's going to fix over Q2, by the way, guys, so don't worry about that. Okay, so... plenty of people in the chat, 16 people so far, so thank you for joining us. Just beginning Q1. And under the full wet conditions for the beginning of this qualifying. Don't know whether it's going to get any less wet, if that makes sense. It's intermediate, but they're just trundling round.
Yeah. 18 drivers that bundle as well. That is a lot of people. Good number.
Yes. F4 is always heavily populated. Most of the divisions are, but F4 seems to be... Yeah, seems to be the one. 52.5 from Primus, followed by Alonso. I was going to call him Tomo. It doesn't, again, doesn't sound right. So they're in the 52s at the moment, but yeah. Timing-wise, I'm not really sure about full wets. So we'll just see with the time as well. But general tactic really is just to put in loads of fuel and just keep on going round and round, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the more you just keep going, oh my god, hello, like, Raikkonen.
Raikkonen's the 51s.
Yo. I think, yeah. Oh, and Blazer's lost it again, going through the really long left-hander.
Not intermediates yet, he's the only one that is.
Yeah, I'm just watching him quickly because he's the only one on it, so I thought, what is he doing? But, yeah, he's lost it again. Right. So is it gonna? Do you know if it's gonna be raining all quali or just Q1?
I guess we're asking in the chat. Is it raining for the rest of the session? It is qualifying. Tisaurus has left the session. He should be able to join back in.
Yeah.
If he joins on, but that should be all right. As we got some time, McCracken gets to the 51s as well. As we got some time, we'll talk about last week's race, Singapore Grand Prix, and that was a very exciting race. As was Dude Eagle and the Renault has just clipped it in there. Let's on to Steve. There we go. Yes, last week's race, Singapore. Did you watch it?
Didn't get all of it. I got quite a bit of it though.
Okay, yeah. It was a very entertaining race. It was actually very similar to this week's, only it was a intermediate start for the race. Dried out towards the end. Had 20 drivers, only 13 finished. Bit of a race of attrition and survival. Was the longest race on the calendar. Bennett in the Mercedes took pole position, but was challenged all the way by by Quaker Oats, who eventually overcame Bennett. Bennett dropped back a little bit after a spin, I think, and he ended up in 6th, I believe, Bennett. But Quaker Oats carried on, and the race just fell into his lap because he put it onto the dry tyres, the perfect opportunity. I think he won by about 20 odd seconds in the end, picking up his first race win in only his 4th race, I think. So
Not bad.
yeah, unfortunately though he is a reserve, so we're not seeing him tonight, but we will be seeing him in the near future, if not sometime this season, definitely next season. Definitely proved himself as a good driver. But the story of the Singapore Grand Prix was the battle between Alfa Romeo and the Red Bulls, because they've been locked together element since the start of the season. I think Alfa had a strong start with the McCracken and Tijosaurus, but the Red Bulls of Primus and Alco, who, by the way, that's another thing I'm seeing. There's only one Red Bull tonight. Alco is not here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Primus is by his lonesome.
Primus gonna do a hell of a job to keep the fight up with the 2 Alfa Romeos. So hopefully he does alright. And it's pretty close between the 2 teams for first, isn't it, for the championship?
Yes, but I'll quickly go through the race results of Singapore. Quaker Oats in the Racing Point, as I said, picked up his first win of his RSF1 campaign or career. Tijosaurus in the Alfa Romeo picked up a very good 2nd place, a key 2nd place for him, as Raikkonen has improved to a 51.6. Looks like the conditions are improving. Yes, Blazer guns on intermediates. We're now into intermediate territory. 49.8 by him, so I could strap those on in a minute, but we'll refer to that. Alco Saints had a potential to get 2nd because he was within penalty range of Tijosaurus at the end, but he had a spin very late on because he had very worn dry tyres. Still managed to pick home 3rd place and the fastest lap, so he got 16 points. RSF1 Junior in the Haas picked up his best result since coming to F4 in 4th place.
Ooh, that's
Who
not
else?
coming out. Tesfa's going into the left-right hander right at the end, before going into the pits.
Yeah, he's still trying to get
literally
used to.
Yeah. He hasn't got any damage on it, so he's on intermediate though, so he's just gonna keep going.
Right, should be alright. Timmer in Zireno was 5th place for him. We'll go to him shortly when I go through the Drivers' Championship. Bennett ended up 6th. As I said, our pole position man fell down to 6th place in the Mercedes. McCracken in the 2nd Alpha got 6 points with 7th. 8th place was Primus, who had a rough race, but he was feeling rough in general. Apparently he's okay today, so he'll be looking to bounce back for him and Red Bull. 9th place for Tennis again.
Yeah, you see that?
He's struggling, really struggling in these conditions. Who else? Then our birthday boy, Raikkonen got 9th last time out, and the top 10 was rounded out by the Williams of Omni Ecomaniac. So what that does for the drivers is we have Tijosaurus now leading Primus by 16 points. Really took an advantage after Singapore. They were kind of quite close after Italy. So again, Primus will be looking to retaliate on Tijosaurus this week around Russia. Alco Saints is still in the fight. Let's hope he can join. Apparently he's trying to, so hopefully he can join the race. He is 25 points behind Tijosaurus, so still a chance there, because you have no idea in league racing. Raikkonen is in 4th place in the championship. He is 46 points behind Tijosaurus. And then McCracken is in...
Again.
Yeah. And McCracken is 52 points behind Tijosaurus. Those are the top 5, although it could...
Tesfa's lost it going into the pits. Oh my god, they was tired. They're not doing well for him right now.
Yeah, not very good. I go back to this guy Timmer. because he's been quietly going about his business this championship, and he has very much impressed me. Not being biased, of course, as Jen's tries to jump back in. Not being biased, of course, because we value all our drivers here. But Timmer.
Wait,
Need
Rondell.
to restart lobby wrong
Ace of
setting.
Faces. Yeah.
What's the setting that's wrong, Spiral? In the chat? Because it depends on the setting.
But keep going anyway until...
Shame. Yes, Timmer has been impressing me this season. Basically based on the improvement since I've last saw him, obviously in a league before this. Just through hard work, basically. He's been practicing with various other people in helping his racecraft. Medium traction and racing line restrictions. Yeah, that's quite a big one. Okay, yeah. Apparently he's banned medium traction and racing line or something like that. So some people are locked to medium and locked to racing line. I think that's right. It's traction and racing line that's restricted. Yes, right, definitely restart it then.
Well, let me just wait. We can just wait for Acer to say something quickly, see what it is.
Yeah, jump in. Can you jump out this party and get into spirals?
Yeah.
And then we can sort this out quickly as we can.
Yeah, you can keep going. Let's see a second.
Alright, no worries. That's fine. These things can happen, everyone, so this is going to be sorted as soon as we can. Yeah, let me run down the rest of the championship. So Timmer is still a bit of a long shot, considering he's had one race win, several podiums this season, and he is 61 points back, but that is still mathematical, so can still be there. And then obviously after that we've got Blazer Guns on 52 points, then we got Alonso on 48, Bennett 46, Timonique on 33, and RSF1 Junior is now on 31 points after his 4th place in Singapore. And then we got 4 on 28, Rebs at 27, Tedist on 26, Orphan 21, Stephen Dude Eagle and Tom Nico Maniac on 15, and Scotsman on 8. We'll get to the constructors once we've reset the lobby. Basically, chat, the settings, which we always set before the start, has been restricted, so people have to stay on no traction or racing line, something like that, because obviously some people have the assist on certain ways, so some people, yeah, basically it's not as it should be. Yeah, hello.
I've got some news. It was so he made a mistake on the lobby, and it was restricted for everyone to use medium traction. So even if you raced with full or none, you couldn't change it. And the racing line was corners only. So if you raced in none or with corners only, no, with full, then you couldn't change it either. So it's quite a big one. They're really jumped up the session. They're making a new one. But...
Okay, so I'm just going to leave this session now, and that's fine. And we'll jump in. Shouldn't be too long, and that way Alco Saints can actually jump in and start the race properly.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go and very quickly jump in their party quickly to ask them a question. Okay, I'll be right back.
Make sure you mention Snow. Please. Have you already gone?
No, I'm here.
Right. Make sure you mention wet quali dry race.
Yeah,
because that's how it should be. All right. Okay, that's fine. Should be a quick turnaround anyway, guys. So shouldn't be too long. But yeah, should be a few minutes. Let me have a look, see if they have set up this lobby already. I think they have, to be honest. Let's have a look. On Rankin, there we go. Yeah, I don't think you can set it specifically, Verstappen. I think you can only go like a wet qualifying in the dry race or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will do that now. So I'm in the lobby now, so we can get things underway pretty sharpish. And Alco can join from the start, so he has a proper. Maybe you can. They're setting it anyway, so that's perfectly fine. So bear with us. Minutes here, but there we go. So while we are waiting for that, obviously it's going to be interesting with the wet qualifying. See who can adapt to the conditions. See who can get the pole position. Obviously, Bennett was pole position last time out, but he's not going to be here tonight because he is a reserve, same as Quaker Roach, our last week's winner. So yeah, so they're both waiting for a seat. Quick Q&A. That's a good one. That's a good one for Verstappen. All right then. Fire your questions away, I guess, and I can answer them. Appropriate ones. I'm not going to obviously ask or answer any ones that are completely out there. So, guys watching, well, we're rating anything at all. Favorite driver, favorite race, anything like that. Funny Camo. Funny. Why are you a bad one as well? It's the answer to that. Hello, Mr. Snow.
Hello, I'm back. Right, yeah, it's gonna be heavy rain to start off quali, and then it's gonna go into light because that's what it's going to.
Oh, they can do that.
Thing. Yeah. They can change it. That's what we did. I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was just saying how Alco can now start qualifying. Does delay it a little bit by 10-15 minutes, but should be alright, I guess. Right, here's a question in the chat actually. Obviously thinking of drivers that have already been taken, those that you can remember. If Element Snow was to make a gamer tag or change his gamer tag to a driver, what would you say is the best one?
Why do you want me to change gamer tags?
No, I'm just no. What it is to basically pass the time to Q&A. So here's a question for the chat: if you know Element Snow, if you know him as a person, who would be the best driver for him to change? If he did, he's already said he isn't, but if he did.
Okay, all right. I like this.
Well, we're passing the time. So.
I'm not kidding. Shut up,
Kafia, torpedo.
I'm anything but a torpedo. I'm the most careful guy you'll ever meet on a racetrack.
Is there a myself on the screen? No, it's got to be an actual driver, Camo. Listen to the question.
Camo.
Open your ears.
That's not a driver of Verstappen, is it? Oh my god.
I can't really think of a hyper driver, really, to be honest. One that's energetic.
I know who Camo should be. Camo should be RSF1 Maldonado. He just takes himself out every single race.
Ocon's a good one.
Ocon
I like.
RSF1 Chandok.
No, that should be can't do Alonso. Alonso? No. No, that's what I think Tomo should have gone to. I think he should have gone for RSF1 Hunt. Roll?
Roll? Stroll.
Stroll.
I thought you said roll.
Although that's not really a compliment, is it? It's not really a compliment.
No.
It's not. Can't pick Brundle. I've got Brundle. You could be Murray. Could be RSF1 Murray.
No, I'll be RSF1 Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Yeah. No, no. RSF1 Hakkinen has to be reserved for a calm, quiet person. Element Snow is
That's
not
what
a
I
calm,
am.
quiet person.
I'm exactly
No,
that person.
no, you're not.
What?
No, you're not.
RSF1 look like.
RSF1
Right, let's make that then.
Andretti.
Let's make that. RSF1 look like.
RSF1 and it's alive.
I'll make Leclerc.
You can only use. You can't have and it's live unless you continue commentary, which I hope you do. But obviously, see, I've got the perfect one because Martin Brundle was an F1 driver and he's now turned commentator. So he was a decent driver, I guess. RSF1 album.
No, see, I need someone that's good. RSF1 Senna. Yep.
Can't be Senna.
RSF1 Senna. I will be Senna.
Can't be Senna.
Because the person that's already Senna isn't good enough. He's not good enough to be called Senna.
Oh no, you could be Bruno Senna.
No. I will literally put on there Ayrton Senna. I would generally just put it on there.
Right, 17 drivers. Wait for.
Now, yeah, the puns already started. The puns are not going to go away for the rest. What you done, Brundle?
No way. No way. All right then, change the tactic. If you were, all right, go for me. What should I be? That'd be nice.
Well, you already got Brundle.
No, but if I was anything else, here comes the Maldonado jokes.
I would say, right. I'm 100% serious here, okay? You'd beat Grosjean. Yeah.
I do not know.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you're saying that's a compliment or not.
100% real. Because you're like Grosjean. You're like consistent. You're like fast. Yeah. Let's go.
They're readying up already. I'm pretty sure Alco's trying to.
Oh, I think there's quite a bit of people saying RSF1 bottle job. I don't know why. Brundle is everything apart from a bottle job.
Yeah, because I haven't even had a chance. Well, last few races, I guess. Anyway, we are set, ready to go. By the looks of it.
Yes.
So, I thought they were waiting for Alco. Oh well.
Well, unlucky Alco. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, just keep going. You know what I mean? Oh, I see.
Well,
see,
he can
join on.
He can join on. So
you can join the race, yeah.
No, I can. Yeah. Right, let us begin. Q1, take 2. Hopefully it should be alright. I didn't even check the settings to see whether he'd actually done it right this time.
If there's another restart, I'm afraid
I should have done. You made the same mistake twice.
Cannot stay.
Right, so here's a question for you.
Me?
Here's a question in the chat as well. For you in the chat. If you had to pick a single driver in F4, because I've already picked mine, and that's Timmer. If you had to pick out a single driver in F4 that has impressed you with the way they've been driving or the way they've been improving, because these are still people improve. Yeah, it's meant to be raining.
I forgot.
The moment's gone. It happened about half an hour ago.
Oh my god, Tesla's retired.
Why is he retired?
I don't know, Scooby-Doo.
Is he meant to?
Don't know.
Is he meant to? I don't know. Right, okay. Here's your question then. If there was one driver in F4 that has impressed you in any sort of way, who would it be? Any sort of way. They're overtaking, how well they've built themselves, how well they're improving. Okay.
blaming him because I remember I used to race with him in F3, and he wasn't the, I think he'll agree with me. He wasn't the cleanest and he wasn't the fastest, but he's actually improving quite a lot now, and he's actually getting that pace that he needs. So if he just keeps going again, he just keeps it up, I think he'll do well. I think another one will be McCracken for me. McCracken, he's really impressed me as well. He's a very quick driver and he's consistent as well.
A couple of people saying McCracken as well. Unity and Camo saying McCracken. CCRL Gunther, which I think is F1 Asa or Acer.
Yeah.
It's Primus as well. Yeah, that's a good shout. I'd also give a shout to Orphan.
Orphan,
purely because he stays in the races no matter what. Right, so just so people in the chat and watching are aware, the settings are exactly the same as they were in take 1 of this. So it's starting out full wets, it is going to dry out to intermediates at some point and then eventually dry in qualifying, and it is a dry race.
Well, the settings are not exactly the same. They've changed the problem that they had earlier.
Well, the weather settings are what I meant.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Right, so while we've got some time, let's big up the constructors because there's a bit to big up. So, right, so the battle at the top is as close as you like. We have Alfa Romeo 296, and then we have Red Bull on 295.
Oh my god!
1 point. I thought somebody crashed at that point. You're just saying, "Oh my god," because it's 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought somebody crashed. It's like who? Why? There's a point between the pair of them. And hopefully, obviously, if Alco joins by the time we get to the race, otherwise Primus is going to be doing the whole of Red Bull work by himself. We'll see.
Usual.
Yeah. So third place is now Racing Point, thanks to Quakewoat's win last time out. They're on 174. Realistically, I don't think they're going to catch. Realistically, I don't think they're going to catch the top 2. So their, I think, aim is to hold on to third because McLaren is behind them on 153. Then a bit of a gap to Ferrari and Renault. They're both on 122 points, 122. Then we got Williams, kind of by themselves at the moment on 83. And then we have an interesting battle of who's not going to finish last between Mercedes, Toro Rosso and Haas. Now Haas, because of Junior's 4th place, very good 4th place at that, did very well for Haas because they were bottom. They're now 2nd bottom. So you've got Mercedes on 65, Haas now on 61 and Toro Rosso on 54. So yeah, so that's hopefully going to go down to the wire.
Yeah. It's very close to the front and up the back, isn't it? So it's going to be pretty good going into Abu Dhabi as well. So who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, slight note on that, it's not Abu Dhabi. Because they have a race to rerun.
Oh, yeah, Monaco!
Yeah, Monaco is the last race. So this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, as Primus goes into the 50 straight away. We're just looking at the top. We'll be top 17 now. I still don't know why Tedist.
Maybe he thought that there was only 50 people and he just decided to retire.
Yeah. Okay. Gunther, Alco's in Red Bull. Alco is in a Red Bull. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Tedist. So yeah, 17 we're looking at for this. Yeah, so yeah, this is the thing. If you are within a race win, so even if you're like 25 points behind the lead of the championship in this, you still have a chance because Monaco can throw up absolutely anything. To have that as a finale is
so good.
It's different. It's going to be the very, very last race of this season in RSF1 as well, because F1 has a redone race, but they got France to do, and that'll be on the Tuesday, obviously. And we finish off F4 Wednesday, the finale.
So it's not going to be F3 the last race of the season then?
Hopefully. I bigged yourself up enough, F4. So keep each other close. No, that's not being close. That's not being close, Tidge. Not 49
that's not good enough
already, but the track's improving anyway, so.
Wow. It's just like a deja vu where you've gone through all of this.
It's alright. Thank you too soon. Yeah, dry line is starting to appear at the moment. Yeah. So a lot of standing water, so maybe not yet for intermediates, but we know that's going to be at some point. Alonso's gone second on a 49.8.
That's new.
Nice. Tried not to sound too surprised.
Sorry.
What are you doing up there? You're not meant to be. Oh.
I can't. I just can't.
No, that's too bad.
Surprise. I'm sorry. I just can't.
I've just ruined it as well. How about that from Alonso? Very nice.
Wow.
Maybe that name change. Maybe it's the name change.
It better be.
It's channeling as into Alonso.
It better be. Number 14, which is not what Alonso runs, is it?
Nah.
That's why I run number 14, which is Alonso. But hey ho.
I'd say one person that is not gonna like these conditions is Junior. He has looked very, very promising in practice. In the dry.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done any wet practice as far as I believe. So he'll be looking at a good result. So at worst case scenario, I think as long as he qualifies well and he's up there near the front, even if it's not first, I think he can do well tonight. But he needs to judge this perfectly. Again, the track is very much drying out. The rain is starting to ease off elements, so
maybe we could even see
soon.
Maybe we could even see dry for Q2 and Q3. Of course, if it's dry for Q2, that's actually going to decide what tyres they start in the race. So that's going to be very important. So would they rather for it to rain in Q2 or dry in Q2?
I'm sure. Not sure what's happened with Blazer guns there. He just chucked it into the wall. Frustration mode looks like of it. But, yeah, I think obviously they would prefer it to be raining in Q2 because, as you say, they can have fresh tyres for the start of the race. Scotsman in the Force India Racing Point. Aha, nearly. It's just gone second on the 49.7. So again, the track is steadily improving. It's a good time for the Scotsman. He's been in and around the last few races. Guys watching.
He's doing well.
Just a reserve at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing well. Doing well so far.
I think everyone's just going to start going on to the intermediates now.
Yeah. This track, obviously, for me, it's a flowing sort of track. It's quite fast, long corners, so it's all due to mechanical grip. When it's raining, obviously, raining changes any track at all. But with this track, it obviously goes from a fast flowing one to quite fiddly, especially in this last sector here with all the chicanes as well.
Yeah. 100%. 100%, yeah. How King Tomo, or Alonso, I don't know what to call him now, said not a bad time for me in the wet. No, there wasn't a bad time at all. I didn't know how to react to it, but great time for you there.
Junior gets himself up into 8th place, so that's a solid time from him. That should see him through, but we're kind of a changing landscape at the moment here, Element, because it is just getting drier and drier. The track's getting quicker and quicker.
Oh, I think I'm morphing going a bit wide going into the chicane there.
Yeah, 2 seconds up on his time.
Yeah.
You want to get into the 50s, I think.
Into the 50s?
The 50s.
Really? I would have said
Yeah, stuck
40.
in a... Yes. Stuck in a 54 at the moment. Looks pretty good. Can he improve his position?
He
53-2. Goes ahead of his teammate, Timonique.
Yeah.
It's a dry race. Patronus. Good evening, Patronus.
Good evening, Patronus.
Yeah, dry race. It's drying throughout the whole of qualifying. Started out full wets. Apparently it's going to intermediates at some point. And then potentially to dry, but it is a full dry race.
Oh, started too young for the lag. What's happened here now then? Looks like nothing's happened. There's a Raikkonen's now starting his lap. Here he comes. He's going to come around into the second straight here. No DRS, of course, because it's raining.
And they're all coming in from intermediates.
Yeah.
Ah, fitted. There we go. Had it on the wrong tyres. Had it on the wrong tyres. I had it on best.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you changing? Yeah, we're intermediates now. It's going to be the first one to go out. The Red Bull. Wait, Red Bull Primus, he's still on wets. Interesting. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's still out on full wet tyres.
Here comes a Raikkonen though, last corner. Oh, that's going to be a good time. That's going to be a good time on the wets.
9.9. He's done 5 laps on those tyres as well. It's exactly what you need to do. Just keep going round. Only problem is, if it is intermediates, which I don't think it is. I mean, there is a drying line here, but there's so much standing water off of it. And the rain is still coming down really heavily. I don't think it's intermediates yet. Not safely.
I don't know. I think it's a bit too early to call it, because it could be anything yet. It's still, the rain is coming down really hard though, Brundle. So it could be, and of course there's a line. So it's really hard to call. But Scotland's going out on the intermediates, and so is Repstar, so the 2 racing points.
I'll be careful, Repstar, as he goes around that long left-hander with turn 3. Maybe it is intermediates. The only way we can tell is wait until an intermediate driver has set a lap, yeah. It's be. I mean, both racing points are on the intermediate side. They seem to be struggling a little bit with the traction, so...
I just can't call it. I could call it.
No. 3.5 minutes, well, 3 minutes 45 to go. Steve is lighting up his tyres here in the Mercedes. Got Blazer and 4 yet to set a time at the moment. So they're under a little bit of pressure
Steve,
as well.
This. Oh, Steve. Raikkonen.
Yeah, you see, Raikkonen's still going round on wet tyres, and he's improved to a 49.1. So,
wow.
Birthday Boy goes provisional fastest in P1. Q1,
you want to sing another song?
No. Done enough singing. Done enough singing for one day.
There's one of the someone's gone very right going into left-handed, isn't it?
Oh, that. So I tell you what, the car control that you got to do around that long turn 3, still on board with Steve. It's had to really work the steering wheel going round. Right, let's. Where's Repstar? Let's see what he does in the first sector. If Repstar improves by a significant amount, then it's right for intermediate tyres. I still don't know, really. See how he takes turn 3. He's got to keep on that line. He can't even.
It's really hard.
Can't even put the. It's sliding all over the place. See what he does first sector. If he's up in his first sector, Which...
We're gonna find out soon.
No, he's matched it. So
He's down on his time by 0.039.
Let's have a look at how Scotsman's handling it. I think he's made a mistake somewhere because his time is well down.
Is it? I'll stick on board with the rest for now. See what he does in second sector.
Yeah. It's a divide at the moment.
Yeah, it's really
Primus
weird.
Primus has gone back into the pits. He's come out in intermediates.
No, he's 5 turns down.
And Rebs is half a second down, so...
I don't think it's time for intermediates, in my opinion. Rebs are currently safe. So it's not like... Unless if people haven't settled out yet. What's happened?
For me, there's still a lot of standing water off the racing line, so...
Yeah.
It is drying, but you've got less than a minute to go. Tidge has, I think, retired in the pits. I think he has, but here comes Blazer.
I think it's safe.
He's in danger. Blazer goes 11th on a 52.
Oh, Steve lost it! Steve's lost it! Oh, and one of the Reynolds had to avoid him by going out off the track. Oh, that did not look good. So it's wet as well. See, that's the thing. I don't know whether it's wet, but I don't know whether it's intermediate. This is horrible.
I think it's intermediates now. With the dry line in the last sector.
Yeah.
As long as you stay on it.
He's doing that right now, the left-hander, and he's actually alright going through it, but I can't really tell. I can't really say.
Here comes 4. Can he get himself out of the drop zone? Just. There's 15.
Oh my God.
Timothy and Steve are in there. One is on wets, one is on inters.
And the session is done, and Timonique
is done.
And so Steve. So 4, just
They're both going slow. Yeah. So everyone's through.
Wow. That was the Q1.
Rebs is still not improving on his time at the moment, so I think it's actually the crossover point.
Yeah, in my opinion, I just can't really tell exactly because the rain is starting to slow down now.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter now because everybody is now through. Means we will lose Ferrari of Tedist, the Toro Rosso of Timonique, and the Mercedes of Steve. As I say, four just sneaked through at the last moment.
He beats it. He went through by 3 times.
Yeah, Blaze has just improved to a 49.8 on wets. Yes, I think the last few moments it was still wet tyres.
Prime is not going to
be
able to improve his time. No,
it didn't improve. Yeah, it was still full wets. Just about. Oh, as offered! Don't drop it now. You're already through.
Be careful.
Mate.
Going back onto the track. What are you doing?
Ah, it's reset. Okay, we're good. You're already through, Orphan. It's fine.
Back into retired. What is Orphan doing? Going to pits retired, buddy. Off you go.
We need this session to end, to be honest, because there's a lot of drivers circulating with their cars. Come on, Orphan. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that thing with the... You know that thing with the glitch where the AI cars collide? And it's like none of that happens at the moment.
Well, Blaze and Rebs are together right now.
Yeah. Waiting on Alonso and Orphan to retire. They're not doing so. Thankfully, they're nose to tail, but nothing at the moment.
There's
a tap.
There's another one.
Oh, it was a lovely fight. A lovely fight going on here.
What a move!
Blaze up at the inside. What a move. Hey, we're right. Breathe now.
So Wrestler manages to get through on 13th. So, Rondo, who are the people that are out in Q1?
So, Q1 eliminations: Tedist in the Ferrari, Timonique in the Toro Rosso, and the Mercedes of Steve, starting 16th. And the top three?
Well, the top three are going to be Scotsman, 79, in the Racing Point, Tigosaurus in the Alfa Romeo, and the birthday boy, RSF1 Reconen in the McLaren. So, it's pretty close between between sixth and first. So it's going to be a good Q2. Is it going to be raining or dry? We'll have a look in 2 seconds.
Yeah, the time in that session, you know, who's quick and who's not. That's not really.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's full wet still.
Well,
the rain's nowhere near as hard as it was. Rain's nowhere near as hard as it was. So
No.
I think this is going to become an intermediate session by the end. Good thing is, they'll get fresh tyres for the start of the race.
Yep. Unless it dries up really quickly in the Q2.
And then you do try tyres. You know what I thought of the situation, right? Which again, somebody in the chat may answer this question. If, say in this scenario, it's a drying session, but you've got, in the top 10 say, you've got 5 people that went through on intermediates and 5 people that went through on dries. Do the people that went through on intermediates, do they get fresh tyres?
Yes.
I would presume they do.
Because they haven't used any dry tyres, have they? So they can start whatever tyre they want.
Yeah. So the ones that went through then on dry tyres in that scenario would then have to start on those.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Nice, isn't it?
I might have that scenario actually. Right. Let's have a look at this. Revster on full wets. Yeah, a bit of a divide at the moment. Half on intermediates, half on full wets. Oh, Webster! Webster!
No, Webster!
Oh, lucky boy.
Webster.
Very lucky boy. Damage front wing, but yeah, damage front wing, but nothing else. Very lucky. Just caught it on the curb.
Ooh. He's very lucky to have a wing as well. My God.
Yeah. With the bow on too much. Oof, jeez. Haas behind Tomo there, lighting up the tyres as well. Still difficult.
Oh, well, was it?
Yeah. Still difficult to tell really, because again the track to me, there's a drying line, but there's still puddles on the outside of it.
It's just horrible to call. I couldn't call it. I wouldn't call it. If I was in that race right now, I would go out in mediums and I would go out in wets.
I love it personally. I love these types of conditions, no matter what track it is, even at my worst. Oh. I think what it is, I think it's intermediates, but it's difficult on intermediates.
Is that sort of, yeah.
Like the safest.
I don't know what laser back. That sort of one, isn't it?
Like the safest. Yeah, the safest would be. Where's Mr. T? What are you doing?
Toby, you're not in this division anymore.
Not in this tier anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheeky, this kid.
No. I just want to go back to the old times. We're in F2. Deserve to be in F2. One of the big boys now.
Not quite F3, but
we are big boys. We are big boys in F2. Right. Primus is going to be the first. No, he didn't because he was invalid, I think.
I couldn't.
He's on the back straight. No, he's on the back straight. I thought he was on the front straight for a second. Yeah, I think Primus is going to be one of the first drivers to set the time. Again, it's a weird one. I just think it's a. I think by the end of the session, it's definitely intermediates, but at this point, it's maybe a choice between the two.
I don't know.
Let's see what he does.
Here we go, though. Primus Gaming. Primus Gaming. Oh, it's
Bollard on the inside.
What a lap!
50.5.
Let's go.
We're in the 49s at the end of the session. I think that's a decent lap, but we'll see. Compared to, say, anybody in intermediates, who is on 1 junior, Timmer, Alonso, yellow flag set to 3.
Raikkonen's in a lap right now. I'll check for you right now. Here we go. Is it flaming? I don't know if it's flaming or not. Scotsman says a 2.1. That's a good lap from Scotsman on the west.
Very slow lap.
I was there front wing damage just one. Fair enough.
I think Tomo's going to be one of the first on intermediates to set a lap time. Looks about the same, to be fair. Might beat Primus. He does, only by 2/10.
I don't really pop. I don't want to. I don't know how to say it without sounding really surprised. He's up there.
I'll tell you what Junior and Alonso have in common. They're both running out of ERS very early. As there's an alpha. It was Tidge. Tidge just spun it. Oh!
Ace is out!
No! Ace is out! No! Oh no! Oh no, that's bad. That's a bad one.
I was on board with Ace.
Tidge just backed out, didn't he? He had the spin and just didn't turn around to see where he was going.
He went backwards.
Raikkonen. Yay. Oh Jesus. I honestly don't. Of course, all reps. Duh. It's me on an outlap. Are you sure the settings are still right? Is everyone locked on? It seems to, no, it can't be. There seems to be a lot of spinning going around. It does seem to be very difficult still.
I think it's just the where it's. I think it's just because of the how it is, whatever.
Oh, you gotta feel sorry for Raikkonen now. You say you were on board of him. Was it as bad as?
He was on for such a good lap.
Did it look as bad as I saw it from mine? Because I was on Tidge. He just backed out into the racing line, didn't he?
Yeah, I was on board with Raikkonen when he was just doing his lap normally. He just saw Alfa Romeo.
Alonso, 49.3.
Can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Looking good in these conditions, isn't he?
My God. I cannot believe it.
Yeah,
so Raikkonen was just doing his lap, and then he just tried to go around what was it, sorry? Tigesaurus, but because there was no gap, he just went to the wall, and his wheel just broke really easily. So yeah.
You've got to feel really sorry for him because he was fastest at the end of Q1, and now he's
wasn't he?
Well 15th at best, or 15th worse.
Well, if everyone sets a lap, he's out. As long as everyone beneath him does the lap, he's out.
Definitely something the stewards are going to be looking at the end of the race.
I mean, I didn't record it, but I was on board with it.
Yeah, it's clear as day on the stream, I think, as well. But obviously, we'll have a look at that. But
we don't
for me,
say it's stewards.
Yeah, just backed out there.
My God!
You know how I should. You know how I should have introduced you. And I'm joined by the person that bursts a blood vessel every time he commentates. Orphan goes 5th, meantime, in the Toro Rosso. 51.2.
Nice. That's not from Toro Rosso, man.
Still waiting for others to go through. Still very tricky conditions around here at the moment. And I think everyone's on intermediates now.
Apart from the Eagle. Do the eagle.
Dude, Eagle, yeah, he's in the pits. I think he's waiting.
Flaming.
Flaming.
That's what I mean.
48.7. Yeah, the track's constantly improving. I think the bar is constantly being raised, so you just got to be out there setting laps, fuel the car, intermediate tyres, and then just keep going round.
Well, I've been raised. I could not do high jump when I was in high school. It was horrible. I generally could not do it.
Horrible for me as well. It's the thing. The thing is, you know what I found difficult? It's like you try to copy the run up. As Blazer sets a 49.8, but it was invalid. By the way, very easy to do around here. Yeah, I tried to sort of copy the run up that you see on TV.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't bend your body that way. Oh boy.
That was freaking
careful, careful, careful. It's alright. It's alright. Right, 5 minutes to go. We've got both Alphas, Rebster, 4, and Blazer Guns yet to set a time, but Blazer and 4 are on laps currently. As is, well, McCracken's on an out lap. Rebster's dived into the pits. You guys really struggling with these at the moment. It was Tidge! Tidge again! The back end!
Oh my god, Tidge.
Not stable.
There's sun now. There's sun. We can see sun.
Ooh. Might have a dry end to Q3, do you reckon?
Hopefully. That'll spice things up. Ouch. That hurt my ears.
Yeah, sorry. Phone right next to me. The chat going, which by the way has gone very quiet.
It has, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's too much.
You know, what I found with high jump was if you do like a dive like you do in swimming, it actually works better for me.
Oh, 4. It's off the race. Ah, 4's just letting some go through.
Oh no!
What was that? Renault.
Oh!
Primus, 47.5. Obviously been raised. Blazer goes second. 48.666. He's the devil. No. Duck and cover. Duck and cover, Blazer. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't the one who done the rain dance this time. It was other people. Go speak to them. Your fellow drivers.
Flaming's coming out.
Which goes second on the 47s.
Courage.
Right, see what McCracken can do. He's in the final sector now.
Here we go.
Three minutes to go in qualifying, so a little bit of pressure for McCracken, but should be okay with this lap. Comes around the final 2. Hornus looks pretty decent. It's got to get to the 47s, I think. And 48.2.
Ooh.
And that should be safe. Although the time is still going quicker. So got Ford, Rebster, got...
Nice.
Yeah. So Rosses, you mean Alphas?
Alphas, yeah. Alphas, sorry.
What is that, Taurus? There's only one.
Well, the Taurus is
10,
right, isn't he? The Taurus is 10, right?
Yeah. So far so good, but waiting no more time to come through. Tom and the Williams has gone third. But Sim's safe, I think. So you need to get into the 48s, I think. Really to be safe.
I think
Alonso's
Primus
dropped down to 8th and
with
all
that
this.
pace. Look at that.
Yeah, I think the track is just need to be out there. Primus is safe. He's in the pits, retiring safely.
Getting off to that one. So people that are now on the outlap need to do a lap to make sure they're saved. Overcome Orphan, do the Eagle, Full and Repsol, of course. Raikkonen can do so on because it just saw us. Oh my god.
47.2.
Of course, Raikkonen had a bit of an issue. They did do it. Fortunately for him. And
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see what he could have done.
All goes 12 fastest. Okay.
Someone else has just dropped up. Oh, what? You got your words out eventually. I just heard noise and a squeak.
Thor just
Thor's
getting
had a
around the left
mistake. I
hand.
think I recognise Thor. Rebster's had an off again. He's not liking this.
Oh no.
So, yeah, that's his qualifying done. He's got half a front wing. He's got to set his lap, so that's him done. Oh, there's a spinning runner in front of Thor. Who's that? Is that Eagle? No, it's Timmer. Timmer's right on the racing line. Staying where he is probably the best thing to do. And yeah, he's fine. Alonso goes 6th, meantime. In the Ferrari, so he's put himself safer. Who's in danger now? Timmer is in a bit of danger, I think. Got Eagle, got Orphan on laps. Thor is, I think, trying to get back to the pits. Rebster says already damaged his front wing and he's trying his best to set a lap here, but now he's going into the pits. So Rebster is done for Q2. Thor is out as well. Here comes Orphan. Orphan's up in his time by a couple of hundreds. Indeed, Eagle is there as well. Yeah. No, Orphan. I came off of him. He spun it. Scotsman 46. 8 from Scotsman. Oh, Orphan. Got a feel for him. Eagle goes 9th. Puts his teammate Timmer in the danger zone. And it's down to Junior. Junior's going to be the last one to cross the line. And he should. Yeah, this looks a very good time from Junior. So this is going to knock Eagle out. No, it doesn't. 47.3. I thought he cut the last corner. Junior's out. 11th.
It's so unlucky for him, Junior.
47.3. I thought he went too far inside the last corner.
He had the pace as well. That's the problem. That is unlucky for him. Oh, sector 3. Please don't tell me someone's crashed out because he might. Oh my
Yeah, it's Orphan just coming back.
Do the Eagle and Scotsman are.
That's the AI cars.
Bang in the back of him.
About.
Oh my god! Stop it!
Yeah, this is what I'm worried about.
Oh no! Here comes Roxy! Oh!
Jesus! Come on! Got Alonso. It's Alonso and Orphan again. He needs to retire.
Nice! No!
No! He goes out. And Flaming. And Flaming. That's both cars out. And they won't take part in Q3.
Oh, the gavel! Oh. Flaming. That is unlucky for me. Oh, the other Renault!
It's because we're... Yeah, there we go. They've retired. But yeah, I think we're going to have the unfortunate scenario where Flaming and Eagle, who both made it, are not going to take part in Q3.
Alright, so unlucky from the lads. Not their fault, of course. The game is Codemasters.
Oh no, not this.
Oh, 8
not
people.
This.
8 people.
Not this. No, I got the XP. I got the XP thing.
Oh, not this again.
Ah, damn it.
Alright, give me a
Yeah,
second. I'll do the people that I've that are out very quickly. We have Flaming, Good Eagle, Junior, Overcome Orphan, Thor, Raikkonen, and Rebster out of Q2. Of course, we have a couple more than normal, but it's because this game is this game. So if you crash out after you qualifying is finished and your car crashes, you will not be participating in the next qualifying. And it's raining again. What the actual hell?
Yeah, still doing it. I'm going to have to leave the session. Let me fire back. Make it stop. It's still doing it. Seriously? No, I'm going to have to game.
Oh,
Really
please tell me you
unfortunate.
can.
Flaming an eagle.
Please, are you
Just-
back in?
I'm starting it up. Should be alright.
Okay.
That stupid XP sound thing. It just constantly had that beeping whenever you
Yeah.
Right, so hopefully should be able to join straight back in. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
All good.
Yeah, all good.
Perfect. So as you
Yeah,
can see,
flaming. I had the XP sound constantly going. Had to leave the session, otherwise it would have been constantly going throughout the rest of the stream. So I'm not having that. Not having that. To begin Q3, we have 8 people taking part in this session. I hate that glitch. Really hate that glitch. Why can't they ghost? Why can't they ghost the cars? It's so simple. All these little fixes that they've made, and this has been a problem since like 2 games ago, and people really suffer. I never tend to leave it that late in the end of a qualifying session for that very reason.
yeah, you do a lap, then go straight back in, don't you? That's why.
Right. So everybody is beginning a lap now. So let's
Sector 3, sector treads, nothing there. So there's only 8 people. Okay.
Right, so I'm going to do a hot lap on board Alonso, so no pressure, Mr. Alonso, as he takes the final corner in the intermediate conditions for Russia. We are back. Hello. Right, through technically turn 1. Can cause problems in the run down to turn 1. Let's hope we don't get any. But this is turn 2 and 3. The chicane can be very tight through the middle.
Oh, Blazer
wide
gets
on
lost on the left-hander.
Go through the left-hander now. Goes up Williams.
See Blazer.
See the yellow flags. We're good. We're fine. Through that long turn 3 now. Actually, technically turn 4 to be honest. Into turn 5, 90-degree right-hander. Little straight. Down to turn 6, which is another 90-degree. Williams gets out of the way quite nicely. Run the curb. On here, turn 7 is quick right-hander, then fling it into this turn 8, and then double apex left-hander can be very tricky to keep it onto the track. Do not run right on the exit because that will invalidate your lap. Same with pretty much all the corners here. And then onto the back straight. Bit of DRS, obviously in the dry. In the wet, nothing. Now it's a very tricky braking zone here because you're turning left and then right as you're braking. So you've got to get it perfectly right, and he does. Yeah, very nicely. We're up here, this chicane. We've got 2 chicanes here, quite similar, because you go up and it's cambered. Especially this one. This one is very, very tricky, especially in that initial turn in, because the car just wants to drop away with the track. Then through the right hand, and then these last 2 90-degree right-handers. Again, a lot of 90-degree angle corners. And then into the final sector. This looks a very good lap from Tomo, but he cut the inside of the last corner. Instead of 47.0, which would have been good, but does not.
He didn't cut it, did he?
In the Racing Point, but Digisaurus gets a 45.8. Original pole for the Alpha Man. Oh, Scotsman!
What's happened?
On left-hander. Oh, one left-hander had a spin and he's clipped the front wing, so he's got to go back in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Blazer! Blazer's gone as well. Jesus.
You're beating me right now in Q3. What's happening? What's going on, huh?
No. Making my half go. Right, so Blazer's doing a good thing, spinning the car around. Everyone's gone through. Well, good.
Right, here we go, very quickly. Flaming same primers for pole, followed by McCracken and Tomo. Oh, so Tomo's getting quite a bit. Tomo looking good today.
Alonso. It's not Tomo anymore. Tomo's dead. Tomo's dead and buried.
Been
Alonso.
ages for top 10 for Alonso, or top 8. And then Flaming says, why do they focus more on career and less about us league races?
You tell me. You tell me. Well, they've done various things with like esports and other stuff, and to make the game stable, but they have forgotten like little things. Anyway, here comes Primus. Not going to be in the 45s. In fact, he's in the 48s. He's invalid, but he's going again, which is fine in these conditions.
That's why.
Because as we were saying.
That's why he's put it on 0.
Yeah, as we were saying, this basically what you need to do is to do multiple laps. As Tomo is in. Was a pits meantime.
Alonso. Sorry.
Alonso.
Camo is doesn't look very happy, and he's saying, "Why is Alonso in top 10?" Well, I'll tell you why. He's got some lightning pace around here. Somehow
Needs to be good in the wet conditions.
Yeah.
All it is.
It looks like he's treating himself today.
Him's up in 5th at the moment on a 48-0. Really
nice
need to
one,
get into the 45s if you're going to challenge Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
Don't think we're going to get any dry running in this qualifying though. 5 minutes to
I
go.
don't think so, no. I think you're right there.
No.
Tomo Quick says Camo. Yep, I'm not joking. He's actually got some lightning speed on here. Brundle can even back me up.
He does.
Thank you,
Very
Brundle.
good in these conditions.
There you go, Camo.
Got a head on.
Here
Got his
comes,
head on today.
Here comes Primus. Gonna come around the tunnel here to the left-hander. Onto the little chicane here, which is uphill. And then downhill straight away. So left-hander down to 3rd gear. Keep it going. Be careful with the exit here. Nice. And into the pits he goes.
And that's not the line you take. It's not the line you take for the last corner.
Unless you want to cut the last corner and by the exit, you're more
And into
welcome
the pits,
to.
yeah.
Come saying DNF for who?
I'm presuming he's saying Alonso, which is very mean, by the way. Shouldn't be doing that.
You don't need to be rude to other drivers. He would never say that to you, Camo, sorry, would he? I need to say it to him.
Also, by the way, the race unfortunately may be decided due to penalties. It's just the way this track is. It's very difficult on the track limits. Not as bad as others, but it can be quite a bit. I mean, I got 12 seconds on Sunday, so I'm one to talk.
Not good enough, are you,
Well, it's the thing about these many corners. It's obviously 90-degree left of right-handers, and obviously if you turn in too early, you can't obviously turn out of the corner because then you end up spinning or like way off the track. So you got to continue with the line. And obviously, again, if you turn too early, like McCracken, I think did just then, it's invalid. But also going wide as well is.
Oh, Tom Alonso! He did like a sort of drift going into the right-hander after the straight. And he's done. Yeah, 3 minutes left. Time flies, doesn't it, when you're having fun?
It's gone very quickly. It's almost like there wasn't like the full. It's 12 minutes in Q3, but.
Oh. Camo saying that Alonso would say bad stuff about Camo in his race, hoping that he crashes or whatever. I don't think he would. He's such a nice person. I don't think you've met him before.
Kraken's in the pits.
Tomo.
With 2 minutes 20 to go. That's Kraken's done.
He's quite short, yeah.
All the best for McCracken.
That is one of the Alfa Romeos done for today. Tom the Maniac is on his lap. Here we go. Here comes into the second to last corner. Does a little drift. Keeps it on into the last corner.
Pretty good, actually.
It looks absolutely beautiful. Sublime.
Oh.
No, he doesn't improve.
4 thousandths off the front row. Couldn't display Scotsman, but he's got. No, EOS is low. I think he's done. Unless. No, he won't get round in time. No, I think Tom is done. Right, so who's next? Primus is on an outlap. This is a key lap for Primus. He has to, at very least, beat McCracken's time. I don't think... Well, good surprise to me. He may beat Tigosaurus' time, but at the very minimal, he has to beat McCracken's. 47-1. Let's see how he takes first couple of corners to keep an eye on everybody else.
I am, yep. Here comes Alonso. Here comes into the last corner. He doesn't cut it this time. He's going to set a lap, and what a lap! What a lap!
Second!
What a lap! Oh my god!
46-1 as well, and he's got plenty of VRS to go again.
Oh my god! I can't believe it.
Nice. He's ahead of McCracken by a full second.
What is happening?
Very good. Alonso. Alonso is good in the wet. Alonso is actually pretty good in the wet, so it's channeling it. Channeling. There we go.
Here comes
Scott
right. The Maniac and Tom the Scotsman and Tom the Maniac, and they don't improve.
Both don't improve. Third and fourth.
Yep. So
Blazer is coming across the line now, and
there's a little twist at the end. Did you see that? That was cool. Team is going to pit. Here comes Primus Gamin.
So this is the scenario element. If Primus cannot beat Tomo's time, Alonso, he's on the front row for the first time this season. Got to beat a 46 from Primus, although this looks a pretty good lap. Takes the last corner, and no, he doesn't do it. He don't do it. This is a straight up shootout between Alonso and Tigosaurus, and Tigosaurus is out of time.
You say straight out shoot. You straight shoot out.
Tigosaurus is out of time. Alonso's still going.
Oh god! Oh my god!
You went into the pits.
Oh, what a tit!
You ruined it. You ruined it.
People like that. See, that's what I mean.
Oh.
Wow. Alonso.
What a session.
Used to do it. I think McCracken went in too early. McCracken went in too early.
He had enough time to come back out again.
He did, didn't he? Looks like. Sorry.
Right, so there you go. Big lap from Primus. He had to get ahead of McCracken, and he's done so. He hasn't beaten Tidge, and he's not going to be best pleased with that, because obviously Tidge has the advantage going into this, but he's starting directly behind. Only problem is, he's got a feisty Alonso in between. Alonso's first front row start this season. I think his best qualifying so far before today element was 6th or 7th. Might have been a 5th somewhere. But yeah,
I still can't believe it. There's someone in the chat called Connor Barford saying Nick, you beast. I don't know who Nick is. Sorry. Oh wait, that's me. Cheers, bud. I forgot.
But so front row is going to be Tigosaurus, our championship leader with RSF1 Alonso. Second row will be Primus Gaming and Scotsman. Then it's both the Williams of Tom and Blazer Guns. McCracken in the Alfa Romeo in 7th, and Timmer in 8th place in the Renault. And of course, we never saw what Flamin' and Dude Eagle could have done, which is a shame.
Brother, you remember Connor, don't you?
I do not.
Universe.
Oh, okay. Universe.
Yeah. Is that happy?
Right, so this is going to be the big question here, element, and I'm going to put you in the driver's shoes right now. So it's been an intermediate or wet qualifying. Starting the race in Russia. Let's say you're starting where Tomo is, 2nd place. What tyres would you start on?
I would go soft.
Okay.
Because
based on
I'll tell you why. I'm gonna have Primus, who's behind me, who's gonna be trying to overtake me really quickly, and I'm gonna have Tidge, who's gonna try and pull away from me. Now, if I go on this, if I was Alonso and I went on the softs, I would think just try um and overtake him straight away, and then just try and hold everyone up. Because if they
Mm,
go on huh? Because they
yeah.
because they're going to be faster him. So Tomo is going to play this, I would say, tactically. In my opinion, I don't think if he's as good as he was in the rain, he'll be fine. But if he's not, he's going to play it tactically. For me, I would go on the softs. That's what I would do.
Mm. The one thing I hope nobody in, say, the top 10 do is start on hard tyres.
I don't think anyone should.
No.
I don't think
No,
anyone
shouldn't.
should.
Maybe outside the top 10, maybe gamble potentially on, say, there's a mess in the first couple of corners, which there could be. We saw it in F2 on Sunday. Unfortunately, I was caught up in it. But that the problem is with this track is obviously if someone gets a slow start in front and you got several behind that get a quick start, it all concertinas up, and you can get moments when you got three cars wide through that fast turn before you get to the first braking zone, because you obviously don't need to brake for that long right hander, but it's still a corner, so people need to adjust their turning while trying to obviously give each other space, and that's when stuff happens. So
That's the thing. It's such a long run until turn one. So if you get a bad start, that's you over really.
nobody on hard tyres at the moment. A few on mediums. Looks like Tom, or both Williams, the Alpha of McCracken. A few outside the top 10 as well. The problem is those outside the top 10, like in 11th, 12th, they don't have the advantage of fresh tyres. So
No, that's the
that
thing.
advantage is immediately out the window.
That is unlucky for them. Right, Brandon. Before we get started, I'm gonna go for a quick toilet break. Okay, so I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Right, obviously, hopefully it's going to be a good race. Oh, and we're ready to go. Right, so they are readying up for this, the Russian Grand Prix. Well, we do have an interesting scenario here, and obviously we'll go through the formation up and see what tyres people are on. It's all going to be down to strategy. Slightly overcast, no chance of rain, I don't think, for this race, but they are ready to go. We can see a multitude of tyres. Quite a lot on the medium tyres, I must say. Only the front four, Flaming in ninth, and Timonique on the soft tyres, the rest on mediums. So we'll see how that plays out. I was going to have Element do the formation lap, but I don't think he's going to get back in time to do it. So we'll just quickly through this now. So 18th is going to be Tedist in the Ferrari. He's starting firstly on medium tyres. Then we have Timonique in the Toro Rosso in 17th. He's on softs, so I think he's hoping for a little bit of advantage from that. Maybe push his way up through the field. Then we have a row of medium tyres. First with Steve in the Mercedes. And then we have Rebster in the Racing Point. Struggled in the wet conditions, hoping change of fortune. Now it's dried up. Raikkonen, very unfortunate incident obviously in that qualifying session. We'll never see what he could have done. Birthday boy tonight, hopefully he can have a good solid race. He needs one for his championship hopes, which are still alive. RSF1 4 in the Haas is 13th. And then we have Orphan in 12th, one of his highest qualifying positions this season, I believe, in the Toro Rosso. Junior, one to watch, I think, because his dry pace in the practice was very, very quick. We should see him go up through the field if he can keep it clean on the first lap. Then the top 10, Dude Eagle in the Renault in 10th. Never took part in qualifying, even if Flaming ahead of him starts on soft tyres. Then we have Timmer in the Renault in 8th. McCracken has got to do a big job for the Alpha team to try and pass Primus. If both Alphas finish ahead of Primus, big opportunity for them in the constructors. Then the two Williams, Blazer Guns and Tom Nico Maniac. Williams needs some good points. Maybe this is a good turnaround. Then the top four. Scotsman 79 in the racing point. Primus Gaming fighting for the championship with Tigosaurus directly ahead of him. RSF1 Alonso, his highest grid position. Can he convert it to his best position? That's actually been second already in that crazy Spain. And then finally, championship leader Tigosaurus on pole.
What a lap. Good work, mate.
Out of breath with that one. That was quite a bit. Jesus.
I'll be out of breath before turn 1. Don't worry about it. Right. I'll watch your back. You watch your front. Good luck.
Don't know why you're wishing me good luck. Wish these guys good luck. Here we go. For 27 laps for the Russian Grand Prix. 5 red lights. We're going quite good, actually. And lights. That's a very long hole. Lights out and away we go. Let's hope we have a clean run down the turn 1. Primus has got a better start than Alonso and has got past him. Is actually challenging Tigosaurus down into turn 1. He's on the outside though. I think Tig is going to keep it. There's 3 wide in the middle. There's a runner filtering through. Eagle and Timmer. Oh, they've caused a little bit of carnage back there, but they've held it through. And apart from that, we're okay. Tombo and the Scotsman. Side by side, Scotsman. Scotsman is sideways. Flaming's out. Scotsman's round. Oh, a little bit of a tap, I think, from Alonso going around that long left-hander. Primus is not Primus, McCracken. Yeah, McCracken's had a brilliant start. He's up from third, up to third from 7th. Alonso's still in 4th. His yellow flag is set to 1. No safety car, but yellow flags constantly. Flaming is out. He's had a horrific qualifying and end race. Scotsman was up there and he's down. Raikkonen has been caught up in as well. He's got he's got front wing damage. He's got caught up. He's down to 16th, but oof, energetic start.
Flaming has left the session.
What a feel for Flaming though. Right, so Primus.
So Blazer hasn't got any front wing. Neither has Ted first.
Neither does. See in the pits. Rebster's had a good start. He's up to 8th in the racing point, fighting with Timmer by the looks of it. Yeah, he's trying to go around the outside of Timmer. Oh, just about could have cut off his toes there. So Rebster's into 8th. Dude Eagle's in the pits in the Renault. As we go through the beginning of lap 2, Tigosaurus with Primus. And then McCracken is in 3rd. Had a great start. I think he's made the most positions. No, 4 has. And Rebster, 7th. 6th and 7th. 7 and 8 places. Steve's up to 9th as well. In the pits, Dude Eagle and Blazer Guns as well. So,
some of the Maniac
not
has
entirely clean.
Damage on his front wing.
Yeah, not entirely a clean start there, Element, but I have seen worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen worse as well. Good start though. Not the best start. Hey, we go from here.
But looks to be a bit of a train developing behind RSF1 4. Because you've got Rebster, Timmer, Steve, Junior and Timonique all behind. Really close. And Rebster will be keen to get past 4. It does seem to be held up here. Got Timmer right behind as well. We've got Junior, who still hasn't made any inroads from 11th, looking to the outside of Steve. Be brave move on the outside in this braking zone. Primus has already got a penalty. Junior's through. And whoa! Nearly on the brakes.
One penalty.
That's not going to help from Primus, but Tigosaurus is pulling away up at the front.
Alonso.
And Alonso gets one himself.
Alonso's got wing damage. Rondo.
Has he got wind damage?
Yep.
Has he?
Left hand plate, yeah.
That might have been with the contact with Scotsman on the first lap.
Unlucky. Connor says we need some more crashes, I reckon. I do not think so, Connor.
Oh, Rebster. Rebster's through past 4, and you've got the Renner behind Timmer and Junior.
Yeah.
So Rebster's now cleared for And he's on his way. Webster looks pretty good.
He's a
cracking penalties everywhere. Then it goes wide.
Wow.
And Junior.
No, Webster. He's on the track. So, Tegosaurus is loving life up there.
Yeah. Tegosaurus is really pulling away from Primus. Primus cannot keep up with him. In fact, McCracken is actually putting him under a bit of pressure behind.
Blazer Guns with a 3-second time for him. Blazer Guns has not had the start of his dreams. Unlucky from him.
So who's pitted? Eagle, Blazer and Tennis have all pitted. Interesting, Blazer Guns went on to mediums. Could have gone on to hard tyres, potentially gone to the end from where he was.
Maybe the mediums could do until the end. Because yesterday in F1.
Oh, Blazer's out. On the back. Oh, that's a weird one. Back straight.
I know, yeah. That is weird.
Look at this train. Look at this train again. Junior backwards. Again.
Yeah.
Himmer. So Himmer's going to have the DRS on the back of Junior, but Junior's got 4. Junior's actually going to have a look at 4. That's going to be a bit of a dive. No, thinks better of it. It's a 4 train. He's got his teammate. Junior looks the quicker of the two, wants to really find a way by. No team orders, I don't think. Junior's looking
not right now.
On the inside
Here comes
now.
Junior. What a great move. He cuts it at the corner though. He does it though. That's going to invite Timo into this.
Right, so the next target for Junior. I did say that formation that would be one to watch because his dry pace is very, very quick. His next target is his own dad, Rebster. So
his own dad.
Yeah, the Alfather and son. So have a look. Rebster meantime is actually catching Tom in the Williams. So great pace from the Racing Point here.
I didn't know that. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's quite good to be fair. Can the old man keep the youngster behind it? And Webster's actually catching up to Tom.
Yeah, very, very good pace from Rebster at the moment. I happen to know actually that Rebster is using Junior's setup.
Ah, okay.
And they're both making big inroads in this race right now.
Yeah. Wow, that's doing pretty well. Look at McCracken 9/10. Conor Barford says Nick from Prime Minute. No, I'm just going to have to stop that there.
Himmer breezes past 4 into turn 2. So 4 has started to drop back a little bit from that good start.
Look at Junior's. Look at the gap Junior's already got.
Even Timonake's gone off. That's put Raikkonen up into 11th. So Raikkonen's steadily moving up as well.
Look at Webster. Webster tried to overtake Tom. And he just goes a bit wide, and Junior gets 3 seconds on penalty for kind of corner. I think is Webster going to be able to get Tom going into a straight here? We'll have a look. He's going to get the RS within 1 second. Ooh,
braking, Jesus!
My God! Here we go. DRS wide open. Puts it on overtake.
He's too far back.
Yeah, he's not close enough for it. McCracken is now 6/10 behind Primus. That's gonna have an
Alonso again.
Penalty. Here we go.
Alonso's struggling with that damage.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pit soon. Here we go, McCracken. DRS.
Didn't get a good drive up the last corner.
The DRS is going to close and back up to Primus, which he will need. And here we go, Webster on the back of Tom. No, we can't do it. He's far too behind. No. He's far back for it.
He had a look anyway.
They did. Steve is catching him to the back of Thor. He thinks better of it. Maybe next lap. Raikkonen is all over the back of Steve. Here we go. Is he going to Will he make a move go through the left-hander? Webster gets a 3-second time penalty.
No.
Oh! God, Raikkonen looking around the outside, coming out of the left-hander. Risky plays, and Steve is going to go for a move down the door. No, he doesn't. Oh my God.
It does seem at the moment that Thor is kind of.
Oh my God.
Oh, he got caught out by the braking. And Steve's. Oh, Steve, that's a brave move.
Ready to take Thor going over there. They touch. They bang. Cars. I don't even know. Raikkonen makes the best out of it and overtakes Thor. Here we go. Is he going to get Steve
Could be on the back of Steve.
DRS. Steve, is he going to be able to defend? He doesn't put it on overtake. He's gaining though. He is gaining. He's not close enough yet. Maybe next lap. Or maybe the next straight.
Webster's meantime has made a mistake. He's actually been passed by Junior. And then he gives him a whack on the backside. There. That's a Junior now is into 6th place. And Tom's in.
Yeah, Tom's in because he's got the damage, hasn't he?
Oh God, yeah.
So Junior's having the best race of his life. And meanwhile, Raikkonen is all over the back of Steve. He's going to have DRS on him. He's going to open it right now. Here we go. He puts it onto Rich and high. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. Look in. He dives it. Oh my God, what a dive.
Oh, brakes.
And he goes wide. And Steve's going to get him on the cutback. He shouldn't have made it. He was way too far back. Steve, oh my God, Steve's looking a bit sideways. Going through this corner. But he just keeps it on. Doesn't get the best run coming out of the right-hander there. And he just keeps the car on. No, he goes a bit wide. That corner is really horrible because you will most probably go wide out that corner, won't you? Oh, what's Steve doing? He's covering the inside.
He's doing well in his defence, defending every which way.
He is. Here we go. Look at the break. Look how much Raikkonen is gaining on Steve just on the braking zone. That's disgusting.
You could tell if Raikkonen can just get by Steve. He's got the pace to make way, but Steve's not making it easy for him.
Is he going to make another move? No, he backs out. Just doesn't have enough space there. Meanwhile, Junior hasn't lost that much. Hasn't pulled away that much from Webster. So looks like the racing point driver is keeping up with him, and that will help him a lot because that means if Junior can catch up to Alonso, that will help him a lot as well. McCracken,
I tell you what I think is.
Sorry.
I tell you what I think is brewing as well, and those that know these people would be interested as well. There's a battle brewing. There's a freeway battle brewing for 4th, I think, between Alonso, Junior and Webster, because when Alonso has that damage, he's got a pit, he will lose time. He's 7 seconds ahead. In fact, Webster's, as you say, Webster's not let Junior go.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so when Alonso pits, he's obviously going to lose a lot of time to in his pit stop, and that will drop him right in the clutches of Junior and Webster. Potential 4th place, and obviously if anything happens in the front 3, and you've got McCracken as well. There's Raikkonen there.
Steve gets a penalty, he cuts a corner there. I think he's defending a bit too much, and because he's defending so much, it's just his runs coming out the corners are not helping him out.
Look at a good run.
Damage because the amount of time that Raikkonen makes. Yeah, he has got damage. No, he hasn't. Sorry, I was wrong. Here we go. Steve, he keeps it on low. Low ERS, he's gaining. Is he going to be able to make a move? Oh, Steve touches the wall and he loses a bit of his front wing.
That's it. Just a matter of time now for Raikkonen.
Raikkonen's been patient, to be fair. But that is unlucky from Steve. He clipped the ball.
Been all over the place,
isn't he? The right hander. He stays out. Oh my God, Raikkonen, what is going on? He gets a good run, Steve, out of the last corner there. Raikkonen can't keep up with him going out the last corner, so it looks like Steve lives for another lap. And Webster's now losing time to Junior now.
Right, so
Now,
who...
look at McCracken, Brundle.
Yeah, this is the point where the soft tyres, I think, start to wear out, don't they? Around about 8-9 laps.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
where mediums are coming into play. Junior's also catching Alonso behind. So this is the opportunity of McCracken, and he's using it to good effect. His teammate's nearly 10 seconds up the road here. So Tinsaurus is right on it. Primus moving to defend. And McCracken back right out of it, actually.
Quite a bit, didn't he? As well, that's pretty unusual for McCracken. He normally just likes to go for the gap.
I think McCracken knows he's in the situation where I don't need to overtake. I don't need to risk everything to overtake Primus right now. I'm in the position. Primus is in.
Right, okay, are we going to see the same thing with Alonso? No, Alonso stays out. Could this come and bite him in the butt later on, though? We will see.
Potentially.
Look at Raikkonen. Raikkonen just can't get past Steve. And look at Monique now.
Oh, Tidge with a Dinosaurus with a time penalty. It is going to go down to penalties, I reckon. Who has the least amount?
Yep, you're right there. Raikkonen's getting a good run of Steve now.
I'd say the problem is Monique behind is catching them, so Raikkonen really has to get a move on.
Yeah, he does. Here we go.
Surely, surely now, surely.
The inside. Is he going to be able to get him? Oh, he does nicely. What a great move there.
Braking. There we go.
Nice and easy. Where's Primus? Primus is now 10th. Primus is ahead of 4-1. He's now going to overtake Timony. Oh.
Looking at Steve there, I thought he was looking at the inside of that long left-hander, which would have been diabolical. So Primus has come out in all this. That's not good for Primus at all in his battle with McCracken.
No,
because he's just going to lose so much time in this traffic. Yeah. He's got about 2 seconds, but then he's catching up these guys who are trying to go. Timonik, I think, is going to pit soon. Yeah. And then you got Raikkonen and Steve, who are going to go quite a bit longer on their tyres. So
here we go. It's Primus. Primus too far back. There's a bit of a gap now. Steve's actually not lost a lot of time to Raikkonen.
Dominique nearly. Dominique had so much grip and
Alonso's
damage.
Going into pits. Alonso's in. Where's he going to come out? After he changes his front wing.
Where would Alonso come out? I think because of the damage Alonso has, I think that'll put him out in actually a bit of a clean air so he can get his head down.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
I think so.
So Primus gets ahead of him. Gonna come out.
Yeah, Primus was ahead of him anyway. 12.
Yeah.
Gonna come out behind Scotsman. The person he made. Oh, Primus! No, he let him through. See, now this is the problem. That's cost him massively there, Primus. Bit too eager. That was a massive Ricardo lick the stamp and go for it move on Timonique. He didn't need to do that.
Lick the stamp.
Now look, he's got the grip. He's going to go on the inside again. No.
He holds on to it.
Yeah.
He holds on. Here we go. And he overtakes it with a move. Oh my god. Oh. Great move.
All behind. No brakes.
Alonso is that come out on 14th.
Jesus Christ, Paul.
Right, like
yes, the four nearly just got wiped up by the Scotsman there. Yeah, that's the corner. Yeah, very good from Primus. Done exactly what he needed to do. He realised he did wrong, and obviously not many drivers do that. So, first of all, congrats there for letting Timony go back through. But that's cost him a heap an amount of time now to McCracken. Not what he needs.
He's lost a lot of time now to McCracken. Because of that, do you think Junior could be for a shot here with third? Or maybe even Rex?
But I don't think he's lost that much. He's lost quite a bit, but it's not that much. Tyrannosaurus, another penalty. That's 2 at least. Alonso's now on his third. We are going to have to check that. In fact, Alonso has actually come out in a bit of traffic. Dude Eagle, who's trying to get to the end on hards, he's come out right behind him.
Yeah.
So this is what happens sometimes when you pit, is you end up in traffic of those on a different strategy here. Now Primus has got Steve, as is Yellow Fantasy set to 1. I think Orphan's gone. When Orphan spun.
Has he? I don't see it. Alonso's
yeah,
now
he's got wind damage.
to the back of Dude Eagle. 21 viewers so far. I don't know if that's correct though.
28. Got 28
okay.
online. It's all good. Thank you for the support there. And
Steve.
Oh, Tom is gone. Both Williams are out.
Oh no.
As Tigosaurus is in the pits as Primus is going to go around the outside of Steve. For 7.
Great move.
Yes, good simple move there.
Primus overtakes Steve now. And Junior gets a 3-second
time penalty.
Right, okay.
Right, so
Tigosaurus.
Where is Tig? Where's he going to come out?
6th.
Behind Rebster?
No. Going to come out about 5th, I think. Yeah, 5th. Maybe. No, 4th. Yeah, I can't 4th. Right, okay.
Oh, right behind Rebster. Interesting.
Is Rebster just going to let him through, or is he just going to fight him?
Why would Rebster let him through? Why would Rebster let him through? Yeah.
It could help his...
Yeah, but this is the thing for Tyrannosaurus. He doesn't need... He's in comfortable position right now. His only threat at the moment is McCracken, potentially.
Yeah.
McCracken's going to be on much faster tyres, obviously, towards the end, and will try and catch his teammate down. But Tidge just need to bide his time. He's going to have DRS on the back of Rebster.
Here we go. Up is DRS. Easy going to overtake Rebster here. Going around the outside. Very risky move. Because it could all go tits up. Rebster's actually going to fight back. Ooh. He's going to outbrake him. Going side by side. Going into the left hand. And they touch. They touch and they get no damage. Are they going to keep it?
Let's go.
Oh, Rebster! Be careful.
No.
And Tigosaurus does opposite. Oh, Rebster. Oh, God. And Taz lost it.
Out. Where's he lost that?
Am I going to check?
Oh, Tedis.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
What a place to lose it, huh?
Same place as laser guns, I think.
Yeah.
On the curb. Safety car would be very, very interesting.
I don't think
the amount of times I asked for it on F2 on Sunday, it never came. So I'm just not going to bother. That was some good fight from Rebster. Not making that easy from Tidge, but he didn't have to, did he? He doesn't have to let him go. Some people do. Some people do because someone is naturally faster behind. You just let them through, but it's like none of that. You're championship leader. I don't care.
You can break my front wing. I don't care. You're not going past me. As Tom the Maniac says, just lost the car and damaged the front wing. Unlucky, mate. That was unlucky.
That's a good promise for Williams. And go on.
Primus is now 8 tenths behind Raikkonen here. Raikkonen's still into Pete. Sorry.
Hit, yep.
So what are you going to say about Williams?
Yeah, good promise for Williams. That's paying for them because they started 5th and 6th and they got no points out of it.
Yeah.
But it's not the luck, it just doesn't come sometimes. Yeah, Primus is... This is very frustrating for Primus because he just wants clean air and he can't get it. And now he's right up behind Raikkonen. He's got to wait for the straight.
No. Yeah, he said it's because Raikkonen could just make a move back into him, didn't he? So here we go.
Oh, look at the extra grip he's got.
Run! My God, that is disgusting. Stop it. Here we go. He's going to go around the inside, DRS wide open. He's going to go around the birthday boy. Around the inside, and he does him nicely. What a great move.
Got to be careful in the braking zone now.
Yeah. To both get passed nicely. Tom says best start for the Williams today, but we couldn't hold it together, unfortunately. No, that is unlucky. You had a great start. You had a
Alright,
great
there's always next week. There's always next week.
Japan next week.
Oh, don't like Japan. I don't like racing it. It'd be a good race to commentate on, but I don't like racing it, so I'm not looking forward to Sunday.
Well,
It's my worst track on the calendar in terms of racing.
really?
Never been successful there. Never. I think the highest league race finish, and I'm not even kidding, from like 2012 is 6th. Never been good.
Wow. Well, here we go.
Don't even know what it is. Anyway.
The track might be, I don't know, but here comes Raikkonen though. It's going to put it on overtake. It's going to slap it on overtake. Here we go. DRS1 open, and he just can't get enough. Close enough.
No.
I think Raikkonen is just going to keep battling because he knows that he can hold him up. The thing is, Raikkonen, as long as Raikkonen just holds him up now, he'll have the fastest tyres at the end, so he'll just be able to catch up back at him. Sorry.
Bracken's in the pits.
Yep, McCracken's in the pits. Webster gets a 3-second time penalty, so does Scotsman.
So, in fact, actually, Primus hasn't lost any time at all. No, he's going to come out ahead of McCracken. McCracken's going to just slot in between. Or is he?
Is he? Oh, goes up my side. Oh, they're both going.
It's alright.
Why?
It's alright.
Gets in position. Oh, that looks scary. But McCracken's not got the nicest tyres.
So how far behind McCracken? No, how far behind Tidge is McCracken? He is 157. Well, he's nearly 15 seconds behind Tidgesaurus.
He's 17.6 seconds behind. If you just go on leader, just quicker.
Take off 5, yes, about 12 seconds.
Yep. About 5 seconds.
So he's got to go a second a lap, basically.
Yeah. Could do it. It would be a big ask, wouldn't it? So.
We'll
see.
Alonso, meantime, who has been basically Sabre's Primus stuck in traffic ever since he's pitted. He's now coming up behind 4, who hasn't pitted on his mediums. Junior, a new race leader, pits. Be joined from Revs as soon as Alonso's having a look at 4, but cannot find a way through. Timmer's in as well. Soft tyres, so Revs is going for 1 lap longer, I think.
Gets a beautiful run out of the last corner there. He's going to get DRS and Primus. He's already going to go side by side before even DRS is open. He's going to go around the inside. Oh my god, they nearly crashed there. I can't believe it. Goes around the inside. He's going to be able to pull it. Is he able to overtake him? What is his camera angle? Around the inside, and he does him. Just about does him. That's the problem with that corner there. It's so... That corner is so sharp that because you've got the DRS, you've got so much speed to brake to the speed you need to do that corner, and it's so hard that you can literally run wide and get a penalty. That is horrible. Meanwhile, 4 overtakes Alonso.
Yes, Alonso trying to overtake 4 at the moment.
Yep, I'm sorry.
Alright. Right, so...
Dude Eagle's on the hard, and he's been on the hard for 15 laps. He could go to the end.
He could, but they're going to be quite difficult to run towards the end of the race. So, right, so who stops? So Revson needs to pit, Raikkonen needs to pit, Steve, and 4. As there's a yellow flag set to 2. I think it's Alonso. Oh, Alonso, no!
He's lost it, and he's lost his front wing.
Oh, the promise is gone.
No.
Oh dear.
I feel really bad for him after that beautiful qualifying. I'm bottom of my heart. Nice. I feel really bad for him.
Of course you do. Revster pits. Cracking fastest lap. Right, so
I'm actually being serious.
Revster?
Being serious.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you are. Right, so Revster onto soft tyres, Raikkonen onto soft tyres.
Look at the gap now between McCracken and Tidgesaurus. So McCracken is
9.6. He is actually flying right now.
McCracken was it 15 or 12 or something? So
About 12 a couple laps ago. Well, look how much he's got Primus.
Yeah.
3.3 in about a lap and a half.
Disgusting.
It's
Get out of town.
It's softs at the end of the race. It's softs at the end of the race. They're so strong.
But the thing is with the softs.
What's happened here as well is Dude Eagle. Dude Eagle is going to let by Timmer. And Webster trying to go on the outside of Dude. No. We're still side by side. Yes, we are. Hello.
How do you give him the position?
That was good. That was good from Webster. He was like, he knew. Because Dude Eagle was letting Timmer go through. And, yeah, Dude Eagle was letting Timmer go through. And Webster was like, no, I'm not having any of that. So I was nicking through as well. And he's through into 7th.
Wow. Now the thing is with the softs at the end is they're good at the start, but you lose so much time at the end because their tyres go off the cliff, and you will literally just lose time to the guys that are on the mediums so much. Which
Junior's flying as well.
So,
right, so we've got several things here. And is it just me? Is they going through turn 2 or 3? I see spots of rain, but then they stop.
That's what I see.
Yeah. Rest another time, but we're gonna have to check these penalties when we get to lap 22. I think we'll start checking them because there's a fair few.
I'm fine with it.
There's a fair few, but yeah, Primus has got one as well. So so here's the different story. So we've got McCracken gradually chasing down his teammates down to 8 seconds and catching. He's still got to keep up that pace though, and these tyres do head off by lap 6 onwards.
Junior is now 2.5 seconds behind Primus.
Yeah, Junior is catching Primus for a potential podium, but then, to be honest, if he gets that from 11th, all credit to him. Timmer's in 5th, with Webster trying to chase him down for 5th place, so that's a good battle going on. Dude Eagle has Raikkonen catching him for 7th, so Raikkonen for 7th would be a good story as well. Where's he come from? Yeah, he's come from 14th. Then you got Scotsman 9th, Timonique 10th, but he's got 4 chasing him down on softs. So it's the softs chasing down the harder tyres at the moment.
Yeah, but the thing is with softs, they're going to go off the cliff at the end of this, at the end of the race. So the people on mediums are going to be able to catch him straight back up. That's a problem.
Yeah, the battle that's going to happen first.
Yeah, that's why I'm leaning more towards soft to medium. Here we go.
Yeah, the battle.
Junior's already made up a second on Primus. And Junior gets another 3-second time penalty.
That's 2 penalties in 2 laps for Junior. He's catching, but he's going to rein it in. It's going to come down to penalties, I'm afraid.
It is, isn't it?
I think the top 4 are settled as these 4, unless obviously any of them drop it, because they got enough of a gap to Timmer, who's in 5th. Timmer again. I haven't really focused enough on it. Where did he start? Started.
Brasco with another 3-second time penalty as well.
Yeah, he started 8th, Timmer. The whole of this season, he's just been quietly picking up points every now and again.
He has, hasn't he? Camo on the chat says I feel bad for him, to be honest. I think it's Alonso. And CCR Gunther says, hello lads, CCR will finish. Okay, hello.
Junior! Jesus! Don't stick your nose in there, please. Oh, where am I going? 1 lap. I think this is a matter of time for Junior. As long as he has a good... Yeah, the grip these softs have, it's mind-blowing at this point.
Here we go. We're on the other side. Alonso gets a 3-second time penalty. Junior, is he going to be able to do it? Break the car nicely. Primus is going to go straight back out. He touched wheel, but Junior just gets him there. Wow.
There's definitely spots of rain every now and again, isn't it? It's not just turn 2.
I can see that every single time. I know. I thought it was just me.
Is this what happens when you customize the weather? It's just like, I want to rain, but I can't. Meantime, Rebster is catching the back of Timmer here for 5th as well. And Dude Eagle's got Raikkonen all over the back of him, although Dude Eagle has got 19 laps on hard tyres against 3-lap-old softs. This is a matter of time for Raikkonen. I don't know where
now,
to
Timmer and Rebster have got basically the same tyres. Rebster's got some great pace, I'm going to tell you.
Best race I've seen, Rebster.
And look at now, Raikkonen trying to make a move. What a move that is into the corner before the straight. And Dude Eagle's going to get DRS.
Oh, Rebster! No! He had to put it in neutral just to get him stopped in time. I could just like, no, and it's there. Jesus.
It's going to get a great run under.
I like the fire. I like the fire that Rebster and Alonso are having this race.
Yeah.
Good fire.
Unlucky for Alonso though. I actually do feel bad for Alonso. He has such a great quality. Here we go
comes
though.
Rebster. The speed. Frontline speed. 210 miles an hour.
Going to the first corner. He's going to get the inside line. Is Timmy going to be able to get it? He's got it.
5th place. Very nice.
Great race from Rebster there. Absolutely amazing.
I'm telling you something. Driver of the day is going to be very difficult.
I don't really want to choose driver of the day if I'm honest with you.
You know what? Actually, this could be a toss-up between Junior and Rebster, father and son.
Who's going to get it, the old man or the teenager? I'm going to call it teenager, isn't it?
Yeah. Not even teenager. It's not even teenager though.
I know. I just call it that. I don't know.
I think it's just. I think it's like a year or two older than me, and I'm 27, 28 in 2 weeks.
Fair enough. Well, 2 weeks.
I've just realised.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only just occurred to me, right? November 20th is a Wednesday, isn't it?
Yes.
Because it's the. It's my birthday in exactly 2 weeks from now.
No way.
Yeah.
That'll be
so
great.
I could be streaming on my birthday.
That'd be great to see. Here we go though. Stoll and Team Monique going for a little battle for 11th outside of for this last point here. Oh my god! Is it just me or is Team Monique lagging a little bit?
You say Timonique?
Timonique, is it?
Timonique. Oh,
I'm sorry. Oh my god! Thor is going to look at the inside, going into the corner. No, he just doesn't make it.
He's got it now. He's getting their soft tyres. He committed an
oh my god!
It's almost like the power slides you do. Gets in the inside line. Timothy
is
holding on.
Give each other room, boys.
Yeah, he's got it. It's all right. Right move. There we go.
Is Team Monique going to come around?
There's the spots of rain again.
Bronley, you might want to look at the chat quickly.
Pensioner. Depressing, actually. Right, so falls into 10th. Right, we're going to have to look at penalties now, I think. So if you could take a look, please.
So, Tejosaurus.
There's definitely spots of rain here somewhere.
Tejosaurus, 9 seconds.
Hey, McCracken.
He's got 1 penalty and 3 warnings.
Wait, so McCracken's in it at the moment. So Tejosaurus is 9, McCracken has 1, so as long as he stays within 6, which he is. Yeah, McCracken's got this. Okay, Junior.
12.
Oh god. Primus.
6.
So he stays within 6. So Primus still has the podium just, but the gap is hovering around 6 seconds.
Webster's got 12.
Okay. Oh god, Timmer.
1.
Oh wow, so yeah, Timmer's got 5th. Raikkonen...
He's got 1.
Okay, so yeah, so Rebster is even going to drop behind Raikkonen. Could he drop behind Dude Eagle? How many does Dude Eagle have?
1.
Yeah, so Tim at the moment is going to drop to 8th. Which would be
Yeah.
a real shame considering. That's
He's
how
had
it
such a
stands.
race.
So as long as McCracken doesn't get another penalty himself, McCracken has this win.
Let's tell you what, the amount of points that the Alfa Romeos are going to get out of this is going to be amazing.
Big move. Big move. It's all because Alco's not here.
No, that's the only reason. That is the only reason.
But to be fair, both Alphas have been on it, and especially Tedrasaurus. He's been absolutely unstoppable, really.
But I'll tell you what, McCracken's had a hell of a race.
I do tell you one thing though, if it was dry and Junior had qualified better, I reckon he would have been a massive threat for a win here tonight. The pace he's
100%.
shown, the way he's come up through the field. Rebster too, if he qualified decently, felt of a podium for both of them actually.
100%. I've been told by... Oh my god. Vettel SF71 says, hey, RSF1 is top of the 2019 F1 2019 stream list. Wow.
Nice.
That is good. That is
Oh, Junior's got another one. So that's now... So it was 6, it's now 9 seconds, so that gives Primus another second he can play with, but the gap is constantly going up.
It is, yeah.
Up to
2 laps left
8.3 now.
What's going to happen?
Primus seems to be struggling, or he's just... Maybe Primus is just easing off, or maybe he's happy with 4th. The Junior's got... This is too much. Junior's pace at the moment, he's even catching McCracken and Tedrasaurus in front of him.
Yeah.
He's absolutely flying right now. But he's got too many penalties if he didn't have any.
Steve's all on the back of Team Monique now. Team Monique has been losing time now to the soft runners. Oh, Steve!
Evening, Bodder.
Hello, Bodder.
Hello to everyone. 18 viewers at the moment. It's dropped a little bit, I have to say, but all good. Interesting race, Bodder.
Driver of the day.
Alon.
Yeah, speak to about in a second after you finish talking to Bodder. Refs, another 3-second time penalty.
Oh, Rebster, stop it! You're gonna drop
15.
behind Scotsman. Rebster's gonna be struggling to get points at this rate. Oh god,
such a great race.
Tedrasaurus. Tidge. Jesus. Tidge went so wide at the... I can't think what corner it is, end of the first sector. He went so wide, he nearly planted it into the wall.
And look at Dude Eagle.
Yeah.
Dude Eagle's had a hell of a race on those hards, though. You have to give it to him.
He's under 4 seconds. He's 8 seconds off the lead. Pace tonight has been brilliant. I think it's easy. I think it's easy driver of the day. I would have given it to Rebster, but Rebster's got too many penalties. That's going to just drop him back.
So does Junior.
Although, oh no, but Junior's going to keep 3rd. Oh, Alonso! No!
No!
Or he wasn't going to get. I think he's retired in the pits.
Yeah.
Might have done. Well, look.
I'll check if you want.
All the yeah, I'm not showcasing all the penalties. Just had a look at that page.
Yeah.
Right, on to the final lap.
He just crashed out.
Terminal
Yeah, he
damage.
just crashed out. Yeah. Because it just says sector 1. He did a time on sector 1 and sector 2, and then sector 3 he doesn't say anything.
But no, you've got to go under incidents ready to check.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, of course. It's alright. Yeah, it's been an interesting race. Bodo, if you're still there, Alonso was 2nd. Qualified 2nd.
Yep.
Very good. But last
I'm going to
lap,
scroll down so much. Oh, my God.
I just saw us not... On this last night, Digisaurus just created so many walls. Ridiculous. He's not leaving anything on the table.
Doesn't say anything about Alonso, so I think, yeah, just behind the pit, maybe.
Yeah. And in the pits. So, Digisaurus. Well, this is going to be a big haul of points for Alpha.
I'm McCracken. McCracken get it first here.
Yeah, I think McCracken is going to get first. The Digisaurus comes round the final corner. He's going to take the win on the track. Primus gets another penalty. He's going to take the win on the track, but it's going to be McCracken. If the game is correct and truthful in it. Whoa, not even by a tenth. He power slided out the last corner. And he gets it by less than a tenth.
Wow, wait, here comes Primus. Is he going to get third off Junior? No, he doesn't.
No, he's too far back. Too far back. So Junior on the podium for Haas. But McCracken steals it. But let's see. Revs is going to cross the line fifth.
Right, fifth.
But Tim is going to get sixth.
Raikkonen's going to get
Tim
seventh.
Fifth.
Sixth.
Raikkonen sixth. Revs to seventh. Is he going to keep it ahead of Dude Eagle? I don't think he is.
He is.
Oh no, he does. He keeps seventh.
Alright, okay.
Dude Eagle keeps eighth. Scotsman ninth. And four's going to pick up the last point in the Haas. Very big shout out actually to Dude Eagle. 26 laps on the hards.
Yeah.
And he picks up 4 points.
Not
so
bad.
Very good recovery drive from him. 4 10th. Timonique 11th. Steve is going to get 12th, I think. And Orphan. Good old Orphan. Going to finish off 13th.
Never gives up. He keeps it going until the end.
Yeah.
Great job from Orphan.
Yeah. Big race for Alpha. Bigger race for McCracken. Bigger race for McCracken because he's had a rough time lately in the results. This puts him back within a small chance of the title with now 5 races to go after this one. He didn't get it by much, did he? Less than a tenth in the end. He power slided across the line. Yeah. I don't think it'll be that
Great
close.
race.
Jeez.
I'm actually quite drained after that race.
That was good. That was entertaining. This is what F4 is always about.
Yeah.
It's drama right up to the end.
My opinion, driver of the day for what am I about? Junior.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy, and as I said, if it was a dry, would have been interesting if it was a dry race if he'd qualified in the top 10 maybe. Because remember, he only just lost out getting through the Q3 because he corner cut the last turn, I believe.
Raikkonen does very well
through.
as well from coming from
Birthday boy
14th. Yeah, great race for him.
Birthday boy up to 6th. Yeah.
McCracken gets the win.
Good drive from Webster, I think, as well, from 15th to 7th.
Have you managed to scroll down all the way to the end so they can make sure they get?
I need to do that. Yeah, almost forgot to do that. I just did that in time.
Don't worry about it. I got you covered. I'd invite everyone to the lobby. Oh, what a great race! What a great race that was.
What is this?
Alright.
What is
You
this?
just saw it.
Well, you got these 3, haven't you?
Huh?
You got these 3. All 3 of them have a mic, I think.
Yep. And Junior? Yeah.
Yep.
Never spoken to Junior before, so here we go. Tijosaurus is in. Hello, Tidge.
Hello.
Just make sure you tick the box so everyone can hear you. Just waiting for McCracken and waiting for Junior.
Come on, don't be shy, lads. Come on in. It's all snug in this commentary box.
Snug. That's funny.
The word I'm using.
Come on,
Come
lads.
on.
I'll invite them in.
I mean,
quickly.
if McCracken doesn't come, I can do a pretty decent Scottish accent if you want.
Go and do it quickly. Do it quickly.
Spam him until he joins.
I'm really glad.
There you go.
There's Junior.
Junior's in. Now we're in for McCracken.
Come on.
Release the Kraken.
Come on,
Hey!
There he goes. There he is.
Alright, there you go.
There he is.
Next.
Alright, guys, if you just take the box.
I do third, you do second, I do first.
Yeah, perfect.
Sweet. Right, so... Okay, right, we go to our first step on the podium. Is third place for Mr. Junior, your first podium this season, I believe.
Yes,
So I
it
don't
is.
think you got one in F2.
Nope.
So, yeah, and obviously you had a good race in Singapore last time out.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight was obviously last race. You're on consistent pace, I think, throughout the race. But this one, I knew coming in. Obviously, if it was dry, and if you qualified well, you were going to be a good threat for the race, maybe even the win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was wet, and unfortunately, you just missed out on Q3. Did you cut the last corner, didn't you? That was at the corner.
Do you know what, right? I was doing really well. I was 2.5 seconds up on my delta on that final lap, and it was literally just that last corner. It would have put me in second place going through to Q3. And
Yeah,
last corner invalidated, and I could have died because I finished in 11th. And it's literally just outside of Q3, and it's not the best place to start, especially in a track like Russia. And then there was just carnage at turn 1 through 4. So I just tried to keep my nose clean, and I think by the end of the lap I was back up into 11th, and then it was just pushing. But there was, I don't know whether anybody else had it, but instead of getting the normal exceeded track limit warnings, you normally get the third and then you get the penalty. In the last stint, as I was chasing McCracken down and trying to get away from Primus, twice I just exceeded the track limits, and it just gave me a warning and an automatic penalty, which is really weird.
Yeah, I got that.
I think it could be the way this track has been programmed, because they are very strict. I feel even stricter than the strict. That makes sense, but obviously focus on your drive. Drive of the day, by the way. Both agreed.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Would have been Rebster, but he had penalties that obviously dropped him back a couple of places. You had a few yourself, but at least you kept third, so we went with you. There were a few others in there, but yeah, you could drive through. Obviously I said if it was obviously dry, and obviously if you had got through the Q3, maybe different, but obviously you got to look at the positives, and it was a good strong drive to recover to a podium position.
Yeah, for sure, and we got some good points on the board for Haas. 4 got points as well, which was great. So, and it was a really strong drive from Rebster in the first stint as well. We had a nice little battle for a lap and a half there, so it was good.
And obviously I felt obviously towards the back end of when you were in F2, I still feel you have the pace in you, but I feel like maybe it's a lack of confidence, maybe in the game, or lack of maybe some frustrations possibly. But it does seem gradually it is coming back. Is that the sort of correct thing to say?
Yeah, I think I feel more comfortable in the car now, but I don't know. I mean, I still look at the pace that I'm setting compared to the likes of McCracken and Tigisaurus today, for example, and I'm not. I know I started in 11th and came through, but I wasn't smashing it. If I was well up there again where I should be, then I would have caught him on the first stint and then drove off into the distance, but it just didn't happen. So I'm waiting for a good battle between myself and McCracken and Tigisaurus, just to see where we're all at.
Yeah. So, but obviously, looking towards maybe to next season, I don't know whether you maybe stay in F4 or or go to F3 or who knows? Who knows actually? As next season
we've still got to go through the testing process again.
Of course,
and obviously, we'll see where people. There's going to be a lot of driver changes, I would imagine, through the testing process, because we want to try and avoid movements mid-season, because it's not only is it a bit of a pain in the ass for shifting around, but from an admin perspective it's an absolute headache. So yeah, we're trying to minimise that and getting people in the right tier to start with. So through testing we'll figure out where everyone should be properly, and then I've got every faith in the guys that they'll do that.
Of course. But yeah, well done on your podium, your first podium this season. Maybe there'll be one or two more.
Let's hope so.
Congratulations.
Much, well done. Cheers. Thanks very much.
Thank
well
you.
done, McCracken. Tidge. Good drive, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Right.
Alright.
Hand you over to Snow.
Thank you. So, Tidge. Great qualifying. Great race. Dominated the whole race from start to beginning. You were first. And then all of a sudden, your teammate decided, you know what, I'm going to get first from this teammate of mine. So he just kept them pushing and pushing and pushing. You got a few penalties. And then he got you right at the end, didn't you? So,
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Like I'm happy we've got a 1-2, to be honest. Like, we've been quite spread out. Not anyone's fault. I mean, there's been a lot of accidents in the midfield, and unfortunately McCracken's been caught up in them all. So we've kind of dropped back in the team points, but I'm glad we got a 1-2, to be honest. I mean, the gap between us, when you look at the race report, the gap between us at the end was 0.08 of a second.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it. McCracken just
I was
power slide
fuming.
through that. McCracken just power slide through that last corner,
Oh,
and I can't believe he got it.
I went 7/10 quicker than my fastest lap on the last lap, because I put it up to Rich, put it up to hot lap mode. It was just sending it, because I was like, got to get a second. I've got to get a second. But I mean, the penalties were a bit annoying, because apparently riding the curbs a bit with your tyre off the line is exceeding track limits. So, but like,
That's what it is about this track. It's really hard. It's really hard not to get penalties. That's the problem with this track.
Anything to do with the stay away from the curb. If you touch the curb, penalty, just straight out. But
Well,
I can't
you must be
complain.
chuffed though to get a 1-2.
Yeah, I can't complain. Both championships we've extended, so win-win.
Yeah, well, congratulations on second. Unlucky though, right at the end.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Cheers.
how are you feeling for next week?
Oh, well, I need to put some practice in, because that S section, if you ride one, I think it's like the second curve. If you hit that, you're going to go into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to practice that a bit. But everywhere else
Yeah.
in Suzuka I'm fine with. So.
Well, we'll see you next week. And,
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you. Cheers.
Right, moving on to McCracken. Brundle, take it away, bud.
Thank you very much. McCracken, I think you've won a race before this season, unless you correct me. But
no, this is the first one of the season, mate.
oh god,
Well done, mate.
As far as I know, anyway. Unless I pulled one off that I can't remember, but I'm sure this is my first.
I feel like you did. I feel like you may have won. You may have won Baku or got a podium in Baku.
No, Baku, I crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had a lot of second places. I've had a lot of third places. This is a long time coming for me, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely a long time coming. And obviously, as Tidge and Element said at the end, 0.088, you power slided over the line on the last corner.
Should have spun.
Yeah. Oh, come on, your teammates now. Your teammates. Obviously, for yourself, you've always been in the title fight despite your troubles, as your teammates pointed out. Just been there, but just not close enough. But obviously, this win, I think you'll overtake Raikkonen in the standings. You also get closer to Alco, who didn't race today. You're closing on Primes and you're closing on Tigesaurus. So with 5 races to go, which obviously includes Monaco, you still have an outside chance. And I guess that's what you're feeling as well after that.
Yes and no. Like I don't think I can't do it. It's more for me. I've passed the point of the championship, and I really want to win that constructors. That's the goal for the season for me. I really want to. It was such a strong start from us. I had a really strong start with a couple of 1-2s. I remember Bahrain being Tigesaurus just left everyone for dead. I had a lovely race. It was just good to get back to that. I mean, I went for a bit of a different strategy from some people because I knew if I did that and I was able to keep up with the top top runners, I'd get pretty much a clean track to myself, which is what I did get. And I think that's the main reason that I got to lose people behind me. And that's also a good reason why I caught up with Tigesaurus a little bit. I'm sure he probably got in a little bit of traffic for even if it was a second or two. He's still getting in traffic now, which that gets me forward. I had a lot of help from Camel, I've got to say. Camel was engineering, so he was trying to tell me how many seconds it was. And the last lap was one of the most intense moments of my life because I had 2 warnings. So I couldn't push too hard, but at the same time, I knew for a fact I said it. Camel was like, "You're comfortable. Just take it easy last lap." And I was like, "No, without a doubt, he'll be pushing. He'll have it.
Comfortable.
He'll have the fuel. He'll have everything." Yeah, I almost bottled it. I almost bottled that last corner. I'm not gonna lie. I was so close.
I thought you spun around. I thought that's him done.
Do you know what's funny though? That corner was the one in Q3 where I was like a second and a bit up, which would either got me pole or very close to pole, and I just clipped I basically went right over the corner. Not clipped the corner. I went right over it.
Went right over it. Yeah,
invalidated. I didn't even have a wet setup or anything. It was Timmer that helped me out with that, so I got to thank him for that as well because I was not prepared for this race. I was not expecting much from it, to be honest. And it was midway through the first lap that I was like, I'm in for a really good race here because I was on the mediums and I was keeping up with Primus at that time. If not, like I was just trying to stay behind him. To be honest, I think I could have overtook him, but it just wasn't worth the risk because it was in a different tactic. Just stuck behind him, saved my ERS, wait until I get that clean air and pushed as hard as I could, and it worked out in the end. I got to take one away from Tigesaurus, but I had to get my first one. I've been like Tigesaurus was saying, yeah, cheers, mate. Like Tigesaurus was saying, I've not had a good past couple of races. It kind of doesn't get you in the right mindset when you go in for another race. You're starting to think, oh, is it going to happen again? And we're going to have a bad race. Am I going to be letting down the team? Because for me, really now it is to do with the team. Obviously, I care about my own points, but I want to make sure that Alpha get ahead and make sure Red Bulls are behind in the nicest way possible. I want to be getting that constructors, and this race has definitely helped us towards that. So I'm very happy with it. Very good race.
You've definitely put yourselves into a good position initially. I say initially because there are still 5 races to go. Obviously, the big one, the finale, that is Monaco, and obviously anything can happen at that. So you've definitely put yourselves in a good position to go for that. Obviously, moving on to our next track, Japan, Suzuka, legendary. What are your thoughts going into today? Not into today, into next week. Obviously, Tigesaurus has already mentioned.
It's one of them tracks that I've just not really driven around. I don't think I've ever had a league race in it, so it's a bit of no man's land. But I like my chances. I know I've got pace, so I just need to put the practice in and hope I can get something good out of it. It's just getting in the points, getting in the podium. It's really my goal. So I'll definitely put the practice in and try and I'll do my best. I'll try my best. I'll not do my best because you never know what happens in the track.
Of course. But yeah, congratulations on your first win of the season.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Yep, as I said, still there for the championship. I mean, Timber behind you is also still in it as well. So
yeah, big Timmer, proud of Timmer. One of the most improved drivers, I'd say, from last game. I think he's done outstanding.
Oh yeah,
I agree with that.
Yep. Yeah, we still got a bit to go with this F4.
I'll be happy if it ended now. I got my race when I'm done. That's all I wanted.
Can't end it now.
He's retiring
Can't end it
No,
now.
I'm done. I'm not racing anymore. That's me done. I'm retired.
He's doing a Rosberg.
Not
He's
even
got
top
what
of
he
the table.
wanted, now he's going
Yep,
home.
I got my race win.
Congratulations. Well done.
Well,
Well done to the top three.
Well,
Great race for F4.
yes, very good race from F4. It's another piece in the jigsaw. So many stories that happened. Obviously, so many stories that could have been, unfortunately, didn't pan out. And obviously, they will be back. They're always back. They're always back. They always call themselves back. But yeah, it's all good. Five races to go for these guys. We've got Japan, Mexico, USA,
Brazil.
Brazil.
It's six. It's
Yeah.
six. It's Japan, Mexico, USA, Brazil, Abu Dhabi, Monaco. See, again, you guys confuse me. Yes. So, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 races to go. Still plenty that can happen, Element, couldn't it?
Anything could happen, yeah. Anything could happen.
Of course. So make sure you join us for that. But that has been the Russian Grand Prix for the F4 division. We got one more race for RSF1 to bring to you for the Sochi Autodrome track, and that is the F3 division, where Element and Lisa Camo, RSF1 Hamilton will be taking to the track, and that'll be brought to you by, I believe,
Tomo
Rebster,
and no,
Rebster
Tomo
and
and
Tomo.
Vettel.
Tomo and Vettel. Okay.
Yeah.
So they will be taking you through the action 8 o'clock tomorrow. Make sure you join us for that. And the first race for Japan is going to be this Sunday for the F2 division. So make sure you join us for that 8 o'clock once again, where you will see the likes of Primus and Boda taking you through the action through that. So all exciting stuff. And obviously remember the podcast on Friday, our usual recap of what has happened over this past week. So thank you for everybody. Thank you, Element, for your hyperness.
Thank you very much. Don't know,
I
but
don't even
really
think that's
enjoyed
a
it.
word.
I don't think so. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, very good.
Great fun.
Very good. And your top 3 today, OS Jr. in the Haas, Tigosaurus in the Alpha, McCracken in the Alpha. Driver of the day went to Junior. I've been RSF1 Bundle with Element Snow. This has been RSF1 Racing, and we will see you next time. Take care and good night.
Bye.